Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Tales of Terragia. I am your Dungeon Master and Cosmic Tour Guide, Nick Santano, and these are 5 objects that I've cast animate objects on here to play with me. Say hi, animate objects.
Oh.
Well,
5?
5? I'm not real.
Who's not here?
One of you is not an object, and it's up to you to figure
it out.
which
Oh, gosh.
one it
Everyone
is.
slap the person to your left.
This seems awfully targeted.
Okay, good start.
While they're trying to figure out who that is, do us a favor and like, subscribe, follow,
Please.
go to the app formerly known as Twitter, go to Instagram, go to TikTok, go to all those things and find Tales of Terragia and follow us because we're putting out stuff all the time and more shows coming at you every single week. So go and find those and enjoy this delightful opening title sequence.
Cue music.
Last time, the second law ventured into the Lost Woods, and or the tangled and twisted massive forest that few dare to enter, and even fewer are able to escape. But somewhere deep in the depths of the woods, you know that Selka and possibly whatever is left of the Tartaruchi cult are hiding and lying in wait. Either way, you carry with you the source of their so-called lifeblood, the egg of a titan, an ancient legendary creature thought long extinct and capable of unprecedented and entirely unknown and unpredictable power. With little so known about them, there is no telling what newly hatched titan might be like. So, hopefully you guys know what you're going to do with that thing. The woods have not been easy to traverse. Each step bends and twists your perception of space and time. You know that you've been here in the woods only for a little over a day, but it already feels like weeks. You've already encountered a strange screaming ooze. You warded off a malevolent forest spirits thanks to Tem's quick thinking and even quicker two-step. Basil, you managed to detect an undead presence in your midst, and what's more troubling is that presence appears to be one of your own party members. Clearly, things in the woods are not always what they seem, and are intended to warp your senses so that you can never leave. Thank goodness you all stuck together, right?
No one walked away from the group at all.
That would be foolish.
Unfortunately, during your first long rest here in the Lost Woods, Zakkai and Harmony were drawn away from the group, spotting something strange in the woods, only to turn around and find themselves nowhere near your camp, thrust somewhere else deep within the Lost Woods. You did, however, manage to track down and run into Kiln, the tiefling bounty hunter, who also seems to have gotten turned around in the woods and separated from Mork, his fiery companion. And together you press on, following the Orb of Passage, leading you now towards Sledgehog, hopefully to reunite with the rest of your party. Meanwhile, Tem, Basil, Anara, and Nik-Nak, you heard a rustling in the woods and spot the twitchy little lizard made entirely of volcanic rock and ash, Mork, and realizing that it was him, he darted off into the woods and you gave chase. So, real quick, we'll pick up right there. The fiery little reptile darts through the underbrush ahead of you, leaving behind a little trail of soot and ash wherever he weaves between the trees. Other than perhaps Anara and Basil, he's incredibly difficult to keep up with. Although he does seem to stop every once in a while and look behind him to check to make sure that you're there before darting off again. You chase after Mork for, well, how long are you willing to chase after him? Because he just seems to be going and going and going.
Does he seem to be going with a purpose, or is he changing directions and wandering as if he's just playing?
He definitely seems to be, he's definitely trying to lead you, because he will go, stop and check, and he seems to wait, and once he catches sight of one of you, he sort of just turns and continues on.
Would you, perhaps he's with that tiefling we met on the road. Maybe we can at least find some familiar face.
Well, Kiln was trying to follow us here anyway, so I'm assuming if this creature is here, it makes sense that he's somewhere in the woods as well.
Yeah.
It looks like he wants us to follow it. Let's keep up with it.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
We'll
and
follow.
Try not to stick together. I'm kind of like hustling at the back, like, okay, all right, keep up.
Gillen probably knows where we're going, so let's find him.
Possibly.
Yeah.
You chase after Mork, and I will say that at least for an hour, he's just running.
Okay.
I'll ask if you are willing to go that far, because you are also separated from 2 of your party members. Do not know where they are.
I feel like what's done is done. We've already separated ourselves, moved from beyond where it's been. So.
They're the ones who looked off,
Yeah.
not us.
We
stayed still. So
we've already moved past the stay where you are if you're lost, and
Did he stay still?
I think this is our best
this is
lead
the
as
only
long as we
familiar-
can stick together.
This is the only familiar
Yes, I agree.
entity we know about. Perhaps if we can find Kiln, we can make a plan.
I agree.
I don't have a scent on any of them, so this is a good idea, I guess.
And he clearly seems to be going somewhere.
He's
so.
sniffing out something.
Yeah.
I've seen a weasel do this before. So
Can I look for signs of our party members, whether it be like, maybe they dropped something, or some sort of breadcrumb trail they left behind, or...
Give me
And-
a survival check.
I would also like to look for signs that we are retraversing this place we've been before.
Make a survival check as well. 2 different ones. 2 very different.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Oh, okay.
That's not very good. 9.
Especially giving chase to Mork and not getting much chance to stop, because the little lizard guy does not seem to be interested in stopping for you. Unfortunately, it's just woods around you. It's too much to be able to recognize if it's. Oh, I remember that tree. I remember this clearing. It's just
Tree.
and
Tree.
the woods are actively trying to like move and twist the things around you. So there's very little way of knowing.
Okay.
As for Nik-Nak, I'll say that with the dirty 20, none of your companions are able to find, but eventually you do kind of like lose sight of Mork and you kind of follow it. It's only easy for you to kind of. It's easier for Anara and Basil visually to keep up with Mork. It's easier for Tem and Nik-Nak to keep up in sense of smell, because he does leave behind a very strong sulfurous burning smell. And you kind of get there, you lose sight of him, but you do smell that strong burn smell, and you kind of scope out a little bit, and you see just up ahead there's a very large kind of twisted tree, and where the roots are sort of slightly above the ground, making a little hollow entrance where what looks to be a campsite was left behind, but nobody seems to be there.
You smell like what I'm smelling?
It's a really strong sulfur smell from the little lizard.
Yeah.
Is it from the lizard or from Kiln?
I mean, I can kind
Is
of
it
trace it
just
coming out off
smells
of
it?
off of our little lizard friend. Could I make a perception check if there's any other smells going on out here too? Okay.
With advantage, it is a
Yes.
snoot check.
Snoot check.
Is this like using your senses again? Like you were trying to teach harmony? Taste, right?
That's taste.
Find some rocks.
Is a 23.
23. That's the only that one singular scent is the only thing they kind of pinpoint out, but it does get a bit stronger the closer you kind of get to that tree, and you see at least from this distance the hollowed out tree has that slight remains of a campsite, and you do recognize there are a few things scattered around, a bedroll kind of laid out on the ground. There's a pack, and there are 2 familiar scimitars kind of stuck into the ground, crossing one another.
Well.
Is this does anyone recognize?
Kiln had scimitars like this one. I remember him pointing one at me.
Oh, well, we should take them.
I think we should take them.
Yeah, we should take them.
But if this is his campsite and he's not here, where did he go?
It's a good question.
Well,
How long?
Why wouldn't he have taken his daggers then too?
Yeah.
That's it.
I want to get a sense, if I can, of how long it's been since there's been anyone here. Can we get a sense of?
Could I tell by like how degraded the smell is? Like,
only no, because by now you've realized that scent that you're picking up seems to be Mork.
oh, okay.
As you kind of like stand around the campsite wondering.
It
how
was
long
him
it's
that smelled
been.
like that, not kill him.
I mean, are there any signs of there being a fire there? And if so, like how much has the wood burned? That's the kind of thing I'm trying to look.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
And what's Mork doing at this point in time?
At first, you all kind of like lose sight of him. It's when you're kind of asking yourselves these questions about like, oh, how long has he been gone? This is clearly his sight. You see from like underneath the bed pack a little kind of lumps moving around before Mork sticks his little head out from beneath it, and he looks all at you kind of expectantly. Seemingly, he's if he doesn't know where his master is, he's hoping that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Can I help Anara by sort of like seeing if there was also maybe like a sign of struggle? Like if he left behind his stuff, maybe he had to run away in a hurry.
Yeah, absolutely. In which case you can roll with advantage, or you can roll your own perception.
And does Mork seem friendly towards us? Like he's like chill? Is it scared? You know?
Calm but apprehensive.
Okay.
Sort of like you would expect to see, like if you found a lost pet. That's
Right.
sort of like
Where's my master?
friendly people,
Yeah.
but friendly
Uh-huh.
people. He has that sort of trepidation to him,
Uh-huh.
but he's not actively fleeing or
Okay.
hostile towards you.
Okay. I will
That is a 19.
19.
find like some sort of like, you know, dried meat ration or something in my backpack and offer it to Mork. See if he like needs some food or something like that.
Give me an animal handling check.
Try and befriend the
Yeah.
sulfur lizard.
Anara, you are kind of investigating the camp itself. There is no sign of struggle or anything like that. There isn't even a fire per se. There is sort of like a ring of rocks where like a campfire would normally be. In the middle of that, instead of kindling and soot, you see a glass sculpture that sort of resembles a abstract version of like a flame. It looks like blown glass that looks like a fire that gently kind of like pulses with like a dull orange glow, but it's just kind of like set there in the middle.
And about how big is it?
Only about like maybe 11 inches or so.
Reach my hand out toward it. Is it warm?
It gets warmer, your hand gets warmer.
Warm enough to burn?
No.
I'll pick it up.
You pick it up. It definitely, like, the glass is warm, but not enough to burn you or anything. You can hold it. It looks to be a sort of like an item, magic item that grants you the ability to have a bonfire without actually lighting a bonfire.
Very cool.
Well, we never found this.
I don't know what you mean.
That was a natural 20 for a
Natural
24.
20.
Nice.
Befriend Mr.
More kind of like sniffs a little bit before kind of like crawling forward a little bit, sniffs it and recoils, and then
Do you
kind of
need some food?
belches a little kind of gout of flame that like cinders it a little bit
Oh.
and chars it before and leaping out and grabbing it from your hand.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, apparently he needs to cook his food before he eats it.
Do you have a language you can try and speak to him?
Oh, I don't think he would speak anything that I could understand. It's just, I don't even know what kind of creature he is, but are you okay? Can you tell us or show us maybe which direction your owner went? He's not here, is he?
With the natural 20 animal handling check and offering of food and everything, the kinship that you have with Mork now is surprisingly tight. He sort of does his best animalistic interpretive dance of what he witnessed. You see him kind of like run in a small circle, kind of chasing his own tail, stopping, looks around, curls up a little bit in a ball, and sort of like rolls over and kind of plays dead or pretends to sleep before like he pops up, wakes up, looks around, and then he instantly disperses into a
His smoke
cloud
cloud
of
form?
like, smoke before coming back together, and then just looks at you expectantly.
Oh,
Wow. Exploded?
Gil found down the well?
Well, I'm getting the sense that he is gone somehow. I don't know if that means attacked but it's not here, right? I guess this is most of a lead that we've had so far, but it doesn't really answer where anyone went. Did you see a direction, boy? Some sort of anywhere?
Just kind of like looks in all directions.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if our friend here is going to be of much help, unfortunately.
Do you think it would come with us if we now start looking? Perhaps we could move through the forest trying to detect Kiln and our friends, and maybe that's more clues to follow.
He was able to find his way back here through the Lost Woods after trying to find us, so it's a good chance as any that if we leave this place, Mork might be able to find it somehow. So.
Do we have anything with like Harmony or Zakkai's like scent to maybe like see if he can find that or something? He was able to get back here somehow.
It's true.
He navigated the Lost Woods. I don't know.
Does anyone have anything?
I don't know.
I could try using my goggles, and I'll spend a time doing a ritual to do detect magic, just on the off chance that I might be able to detect the magical items that other people in our party have used, as a way of being like, if it's in that direction. And then I guess I'll just keep doing that every 10 minutes if people are willing to wait.
No, and you kind of like
Brilliant idea.
pull the goggles on, and I'll say it takes you that amount of time, if only to like focus them and sort of change the lenses, whatever you need to do, because every time that you do cast detect magic, there is a sort of like haze in the air that sort of either drifts, and then you see another haze kind of slowly kind of filter out through trees a little ways from here. You do pick up that there is obviously the magical items that you all carry glow faintly. The 2 scimitars stuck into the ground glow faintly. There's 2 soft glows coming from inside the pack that is there at the camp. Other than that, at least in the immediate vicinity, you do not see anything.
Okay. Well, then I guess if we start moving, I'll just keep ritually keeping that going. Anara, get the pack.
Well, don't pick up the pack.
You move towards it, and Mork immediately runs between you and it.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay.
His body kind of like heats up, and you can feel the temperature rise.
We're looking for your master. Tem, talk to him.
Yeah, tell him.
It's okay. Let's
Tem,
just.
why don't you come and stand here?
Yeah.
I will step back.
I'm gonna. How big is he?
In his current size, he's like large iguana size.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Okay.
When he does that at me, I'm sure Slink on my shoulder will be like hissing back.
The animals are fighting.
Yeah.
I'll briefly slip into Slink's consciousness and just see if using blind sight reveals any other presences within 60 feet. Okay. Well, it's
Just the 5 of you.
just yeah. Okay.
Well, if he's trying to say respect the privacy, I guess that's fine for now. But we should maybe at least find a way to, carry. I mean, can I try and pick him up? Or is he gonna hurt me? He's like on fire.
I mean, when you reach towards him, definitely like the temperature around him rises like pretty drastically. When he's not actively trying to like defend the belongings, if you reach out towards him, you can like touch him.
Yeah, like pet him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he didn't react when Nik-Nak picked up the scimitars, correct?
Well, he would have if you had
Okay,
gone for
so
the
we-
scimitars.
But what about the bonfire magical thing?
He didn't seem to
He
react
didn't
as
seem to
much.
care about that. Okay, so
Well, if he reacted, Nik-Nak's wouldn't have probably picked those up. But if Tem is currently engaged with Mork,
The sulfur smell is so strong. Tem is pinching his nostrils shut, like the reflex that elephants can do to like shut their.
It's pretty strong.
So he's like pinch that shut. Where he's like, good boy, like trying to like soothe him and pet him and distract him, I guess,
So,
while Nik-Nak can go and take a look.
while he's doing that, Nik-Nak will just have his hands in his pockets and just go to like, bloop, and just do mage hand and snatch up the pack.
Make
and-
sleight of hand check.
Okay. Oh god.
sleight of the mage hand.
8.
8. The Machen kind of goes over there, and you're like petting him a little bit, but almost like a sixth sense, his head turns and he spits a little like this little like loogie of lava that like hits the mage hand and it fizzles out of existence.
Okay, well,
He has a preternatural sense of what's going on.
Do you think
Okay,
he would
no touchy,
carry
no
it?
touchy.
yeah, well,
Does
we
he want to come?
bring it back to your master, you know.
What if we just leave?
We
Will he
can.
follow us?
I think if you would like, Mork, you can join us. We are trying to find people in our group, and we can look for your master as well.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Some quality meat.
Yeah, it was just jerky. 20, not nat.
It definitely like takes a little bit of coaxing and like that gentle approach and very like slow movements from everybody, but eventually he does sort of seem to lower his guard a bit enough that seems to trust that you're here to help, so he's no longer interfering with you touching anything.
Okay. Well, I think we're all friends now, right? Everything's good. We're gonna.
We try and touch the pack.
He snarls a little bit, but he doesn't make any act.
We're all good. Everything's fine. We're trying to help.
We're looking for kiln.
Let's take this.
Sledge kind of opens up.
Okay. Would you like to join us?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Can I like make a little like papoose for him or something to like wrap him up in like a little side bag or something? If I can, I don't know if like fabric will burn up on him. He's a lava creature, but you know, yeah, just a little tied up.
He, as you kind of like make one, he almost seems to recognize at least a sort of like safe space for him. He climbs up into it, and you are afraid it will sort of like immediately burn up the thing. But as he crawls in, the kind of river's tiny little veins of like molten rock that kind of hold him together kind of rapidly cool, and he even like hisses with steam a little bit and you even
Pinching my
feel
nose.
his weight like increases a little bit as he hardens, but he almost becomes a just
Like lava rock.
lava rock
Cool.
form of a lizard.
All right, buddy, you just stay here. I'll like sling him over my side there. We'll find your buddy, and we'll find our friends as well.
Kind of like a chihuahua in a rich lady's handbag. Just has a little head sticking out.
Perfect.
I'm gonna take the lava lamp, magical lava lamp, whatever it is, and say, is there any scent on this that you can follow?
I can give it a sniff.
Well, you have this
Follow your nose.
fantastic trunk. And,
Let's see. I mean, do I smell anything on it that's different than what would normally?
Not anything
I don't.
different.
Yeah, I don't think my smelling is like. It can be used for tracking, but I don't think it's finely tuned enough, especially if
bloodhound.
something I'm not familiar with or something like that. But no, I don't know. I don't think so. It's just
Well,
So
help me. Let's do a circle 30, 40 feet out. Let's see if there's tracks.
radiating out. Okay.
Because perhaps
I'll
No
take.
one-
I'll
try
take,
not
take
to-
out a
Yeah, it's
rope.
like-
Yeah. Try not to
that feels pretty far apart.
Don't lose sight of each other.
Everyone stay close. I have rope.
Well, wait, are we like? Okay. We'll explore the perimeter.
So yeah, looking for tracks in like I don't know, 15 feet away from the fire, 20 feet away from the fire, just kind of circling out a sort of spiral.
Everyone can make survival checks.
See,
I'm
6.
gonna
see if I can find anything.
I guess take a moment and my eyes would kind of glaze over for a second and begin to like mutter to myself in Orcish for a bit, and then you hear me. The quality of the voice changes a little bit. It's like I'm speaking with a slightly different accent in Orcish. It's just like a different voice. I'm gonna draw a memory from.
She's doing the thing again.
Okay, that's 18. No, sorry. It was survival?
Mhm.
18.
Nik-Nak?
3.
I'm walking around in circles, following a path of footprints, and as I'm walking around, the footprints are erasing behind me, and I'm walking in circles, following my own footprints with a natural 1.
I'm onto something.
I think I got a scent.
Yeah.
I think I'm onto him. I'm catching him quick.
Yeah.
Wow, they're
What if you did?
They're all
catch
just
the
bumbling
footprints?
after
It's
the
just
dice
yours.
One seems to be a metal leg. It's really weird.
Maybe I rolled above Anara sometime today.
We'll come back to that. Elsewhere in the woods.
Wait,
Clock wipe.
Is it elsewhere?
Not elsewhere in the woods. Somewhere else.
Elsewhere
It
apart.
might be in the same place.
Zakkai and
5
Harmony.
feet away.
The two of you continue your march through the woods, the occasional grumbling from Kiln breaking the silence, though he seems to stay quiet for the most part. And he also is actively keeping, he's careful to not let either of you out of his sight, but he is actively staying as far from Harmony as he can.
How's the view back there?
Someone has to watch our back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still back here.
Someone needs to watch her back.
Well-
Bet you're having fun, huh?
I'm sure we'll find them any minute now. We just have to keep walking where the orb takes us. It's foolproof, really.
I mean, it's true, unless they're moving. In which case, maybe we should move faster.
Maybe a light jog.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a run.
Something that would
Do that.
attract attention to us.
Well, have you seen anything threatening in the woods
Yeah.
while you've been keeping your watch?
Yeah. Do you run into
Oh,
those
like
cats
what?
with the snakes?
Do I know what that
You
is?
didn't see this cats with the snakes. Make a history check, or no, nature check.
19.
Cat snakes?
They're closing in.
They're closing in.
16.
I'm holding their tracks.
Harder, you recognize, at least through his vague description, you recognize what he is describing is what you've heard as kamadin, which are large, kind of like leopard-like creatures that have sort of lion's mane of snakes.
Nice.
Sick.
You've seen a Commodin in real life? Nearby?
I don't know
Well,
what that is,
hopefully
but-
not recently.
I don't know what that is,
Hopefully
but
before you saw us.
two of those tried to pounce on Morgan and I yesterday,
Oh.
but you know, took
Well.
care of those right quick. Well,
Oh.
not as quick as I would have liked to, but they're tough. Okay, and it's just the two of
Oh.
us.
That's a shame. I would have
Was
liked to
it
see
too?
one. They're really beautiful, at least in books. Well, tell me if you see another one.
You'll be the first to know.
But let's hope not.
Well, maybe in the distance.
Yeah, from
Tell
far
me if
away.
there's one in the distance. I'd love to see one in person.
Sure.
Kilna, I assume you're some expert tracker. Do you have any tools, any items on you that could help us get through this?
Not with me. No.
Back at camp?
hmm
Of course. Well, I guess we can just...
You had a bigger group, right? And you got separated from them.
Yeah.
Was it because you saw something weird?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we were keeping watch, and I saw. I mean, it looked like it was myself.
Yeah.
So it must have obviously been, some sort of vision or a trick or something. But we just kind of ran over to investigate it and didn't even think about it. And when we turned around, the rest of our camp was gone,
Yeah. It's too
or
late.
we were gone, I guess.
Yeah, same story here. Yeah, I consider myself to be a pretty adept tracker, but this fucking place is making it real difficult.
Do you have some sort of connection or tether to your animal companion that you could try to feel?
No, we're not like
It's not
linked or
It's not like that.
No, he's just a pet. Well, he's not just a pet. He's more than a pet, but he's not more than just a infernal creature.
I'm just messing with you. Okay, well, that's not going to be helpful, I guess. Well, we'll just keep following this orb, I guess.
I have no better
I mean-
idea.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, maybe we just walk a little more swiftly.
Just a little. We'll pick up the pace a little bit. A brisk walk.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Whatever.
I guess we start just like power walking.
Yeah.
Like. Make perception checks for me real quick. Kiln will also make one.
6.
23.
3. Zakkai. You hear, after a little ways into the journey, kind of like after a good amount of power walking through the woods, you hear the rustled sound of hurried footsteps. You guess no more than 2 or 3 people, and weaving between the trees, maybe 60 to 80 feet away, you get just a faint glance of familiar yellow cloth stained with teal splotches.
I'm just like.
Harmony, look. I try to get her attention and point her in the direction. I'm gonna start moving toward it, and on my way, like, grab Kiln and Harmony.
What?
Look, come on. The cultists in the robes. Maybe we can catch them.
Catch them? I think we should hide from them.
Or it's a lead to get us out of here. Let's
Well,
go.
Catch or maybe
I'm
we
just gonna
follow.
start-
Maybe we silently follow them.
Uh,
We want to see where they're going.
yeah. But what if they just disappear on us?
Well, we still have our idea on the map where they're going. We're sidetracked at the moment to find our friends, but
Okay. Let's just follow.
and I'll put the orb in my bag for now.
Kiln is going to make a stealth check. He's going to try to. He looks up at a tree and kind of like reaches up and tries to scamper up. He's going to make a stealth check. You're both want to follow his lead or do your own.
I'm also gonna climb a tree.
Climb a lot of trees.
Unless that leaves Harmony alone on the course.
I'm trying to decide like what. I don't think she would.
Climbing.
How are you in
Not in
PE?
a skirt.
Skirt
Okay.
and heels?
Not the first
so-
one up. So,
I'm gonna start
That
climbing
wouldn't be my
and then
first instinct.
look back and be like, "Hey, are you coming?"
I'm more of a slink through the bushes. You know, from tree trunk to tree trunk.
Okay.
I'll cover the ground.
I
I'll
can
cover
stay
the
with you.
ground.
Do you want me to stay with you?
No, it's okay.
I'll stay with you.
We'll play to our strengths.
that got lost.
Hey, you keep your eyes on the figures. I'm gonna drop off the tree and be like, "Okay, let's go," and then kind of like stay with her as we creep toward the.
the heel wobble.
Yeah, and I'll like help her not to like fall and.
I guess it's not that bad. But,
Yeah.
You know,
Give me a pair of stealth checks real quick.
her dex is not bad, but it's just funny.
I was like, what is that?
23.
10. So you helped me.
You dip into the catch. Smile.
You do see, moving vaguely in your direction, 3 figures total. While they appear humanoid, they are changed. You see a man, his back hunched a little bit, and sort of pushing out through the cloth of his shirt is an almost like armadillo-like carapace that's kind of like has him kind of almost Quasimodo hunched over. And along his arms, there's like piercing through the sleeves are like long porcupine kind of like spines that come out. You see each spine tipped with a faint bioluminescent glow of that like electric teal color. You see a tall woman that may once have been a tabaxi, but her fur has become patchy. Her tail is replaced with a long, squirming, squid-like tentacle, and she's grown long, saber-tooth-like fangs. The third figure, falling behind a bit, is shorter and kind of wheezes as he's kind of like hurrying to keep up with the two of them. His like throat bulges a bit like a bullfrog, as he struggles to keep up. And as you see him kind of like hurrying, the person in the back, his like body is like almost half gelatinous, where like every once in a while his foot will like stick to the ground and he has to like wrap it up and
Cool.
like follows back after them.
I'm glad that's in there eventually.
You see the hunchman at the beginning, who was sort of leading the way, kind of stops and look around. Since you were the first one to kind of like get a good view of him, make an insight check for me, Zakkai.
Clock 'em.
That is an 18.
18. Judging by this man kind of like looking around, he stops. The way he's looking around, you recognize someone who is lost. And the kind of man stops. Which way? Why do we have to come to this God's forsaken place? And the Tabaxi woman kind of like walks up behind him. Exactly that reason. This is no place for gods. This is where only the strong survive, and where only those that evolve may find their strength. And what are those whose evolution's gifts weren't as beneficial? And he kind of points to the one that's kind of struggling in the back.
Rough.
It's bad luck.
You see the Tabaxi woman kind of like glances over at him, and she kind of leans down towards the other man. The weak are fodder for the cleansing. And he kind of like nods a little bit. What the hell with the cleansing if we can't escape these woods? And she kind of like sighs. Then let the lifeblood guide you. And she pulls a small vial from her pocket of that kind of electric teal liquid. She pops the cork and pours it into her hand. It almost hisses at it as it hits her body. And she grabs the man with the spines and the armadillo, kind of like carapace in the back, pulls him in and smears it across his face. You hear a faint like hissing as it burns, but as he kind of like winces and pulls back, he like smells almost the fumes of his own skin boiling before his eyes kind of flash that teal color, and he looks, and she like kind of nods. Now you see. Before he kind of like seems to know where he's going now, before kind of taking off again, and the Tabaximan follows him, and the last person. Wait up, guys! His arm is like stuck to a tree branch. He kind of pulls it off of it. You see that a good like half of his elbow is left behind on the tree as he kind of like struggles to keep up with the rest of them. But they seem to be making their way through the woods now. And sort of as they were coming towards you, they've slightly diverted and kind of are moving with purpose in a new direction.
I say this is our chance. Should we just keep following?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought you were gonna say attack.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think we
I've
should
gotten
keep-
over that idea.
Okay. Whew, okay. Yeah. I think
I still would like to.
eventually.
They're back.
But
Yeah.
It also seems like. Did we hear their exchange also?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it seems like the lifeblood is able to direct them to something. Like maybe there's some connection. Whatever. There must be something
I'm sure it has something to
at
do
the
with
destination too.
why she chose the Lost Woods, right?
There
In
must be
connection to
something
her
there.
research. Yeah,
Maybe another egg, maybe.
maybe. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on how far they're getting. And I'm gonna kill him. Come here.
You hear a faint like as he lands behind you. Egg.
You know, like a euphemism for when you don't know what something is.
You ain't deception.
You ain't
got like real quick there for a second. Yeah, when you don't know what something is. Yeah, this is the fucking egg. What are you talking about?
You haven't read a book? Like
Have you never heard of
New
that?
on this platform. I never thought of it.
19.
19.
Oh.
You kind of like just you get that the deception works only in the sense that he's pretty sure you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You call it an egg because your brain is scrambled.
Well,
Uh-huh.
I read some pretty niche historical literature. Maybe that's what it was. Anyways,
We don't have time to talk about
Oh.
books.
okay, but
Let's go.
Let's make sure maybe we keep a little extra distance just in case any of their senses aren't enhanced. They seem kind of combined with like animal features.
I'm gonna kind of look around. Is the gelatinous guy still leaving parts? Or leaving some sort of trail?
As you're kind of following him, you do like see every once in a while there's like like splotch of like stuff left behind where his foot was, or like he does seem to be like slowly like melting as he's walking. Clearly that
Is he regrowing or is he just?
no.
Well,
It doesn't seem that this evolution is
Jeez.
as beneficial to
He's gonna be
everybody.
a little tiny blob. Yeah.
Ugh,
well,
I hope we got a trail.
maybe we can follow along for a while, and then maybe we can, kind of like Anara did. Might be better to just kind of put
Murder
him.
him.
Just
What did you
murder?
grant him mercy. If he's falling apart.
Yeah.
The other two
mercy.
clearly didn't care about him. That's
We're
horrible.
gonna kill him. For mercy.
First of all, it's like,
For mercy.
It kind of is.
No,
Kind
you
of is
see,
in some cases.
you're
I
right.
guess.
If he's just degrading us,
Do either of you have a spare weapon I could use?
I'll give him. I think I gave him and
knife.
took back a dagger, so I'll
Yeah,
give the.
no.
Oh, he did.
Oh,
you did
but I
give
did
him
take
a-
it back, so I'll give it back to him.
We're like, all right.
Sure. All right. Let's go. How much space should we give between? What's like maybe like average tailing distance?
That's an excellent question.
Well, whatever that is, that's what I would like to do.
Right.
It's canon.
Y'all can imagine it.
What I know from reading it in the
feet.
Young Adventurer's Handbook,
You know, for
what
the people that trail.
recommended trailing distance would be.
Give me a history check.
Nice.
Call those the young adventurers.
Fuck! It's a natural one.
Was not
10
covered. Was not covered in the book.
the page was written. Shout.
What was the closest you can get?
Did you
it was
recall
in
that
the-
it says to trail at a reasonable distance?
I mean,
I've got it. Just
Close
follow
to
my
get
lead.
close.
sometimes when professionals write something and they forget that beginners don't know,
Right,
they
they
need
don't
more
provide the
explanation and,
context for the information.
he says reasonable, but what is reasonable?
Suck at this. Come on.
Okay, come on.
I think this is a reasonable distance.
I would say Zakkai probably has a natural idea of trailing, so
Actual distance.
a natural standard, understood, agreed upon trailing distance that we've all signed in blood.
Yeah, absolutely. Jumping back to the other 4EL. You set out from the Kiln's old camp.
We can't seem to find any tracks, so
But
we're,
yeah,
we're down.
did we find any tracks in that spiral that we were doing?
You did find a set of tracks that went in one tight little circle.
Oh,
that
right.
seemed to be 1 foot and one metal peg.
Well, great.
Tem is just like cooing at Mork, just like,
Well, how about this? It's the Lost Woods, right? It seems kind of chaotic and weird.
Well, that's for sure.
yeah.
Why don't we just close our eyes and pick a direction?
So just
But then
lost.
but then open them
Wait.
again.
Oh, yeah,
right?
of course,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But what's the importance of the closing the eyes then?
I guess we don't need to do that. I don't know. Maybe
What? And I like walk into like a tree and start to close my
Hey,
eyes.
tested and confirmed. Don't close our eyes, and just I will close my eyes anyway. And I will spin around and I will just pick a direction.
Awesome. Roll this back for me.
Okay. Woo! S.
South.
Oh. That's an S.
5! Or does
No.
that mean
Snake?
sneak?
Well, you turn and point southern direction.
All right.
Is that... How is that compared to the way we came into the camp, for example?
Just
Can
we
we
even
tell
tell
how
how
we
we
came
came
into
into
the
the camp.
I mean, it's definitely not the direction you came from or the direction there's a camp in. It's a hard left.
How about that way?
Agreed. Well, I don't see any other reason to stick around
Wait,
here
what-
necessarily.
wait.
If we
What does Mork think?
Mork.
Mork?
He's kind of like curled up, like lulled with
I
the
think
cooing.
I think it's nap time.
It's like,
He exhausted himself, I think, leading us here, so we're probably on our own for now.
I mean, if we just walk aimlessly.
I think that's a good idea.
We just we just lean into being lost.
Well, statistically speaking, if we keep going, we're going to find something.
We're gonna find something.
Good
And
or
so far we have nothing.
bad, but I guess that's better than nothing.
Don't have anything that once belonged to them. There's nothing we can use to give someone for a scent or a trail.
Sometimes when you have nothing, you just leave it up to fate.
Well, you gotta be lost first before you're found.
There you go.
Before we leave, and Tem's gonna like gently cover Mork's ears and be like, "Did you check what the pack had inside of it?" I'm gonna turn him away. Shh, don't look.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna open up.
What's in the bag?
And I would have taken those scimitars too if he didn't care.
You
about taking
have
mine.
2 flame tongue scimitars.
Hey.
Ooh.
That is
Tongues of
special.
flame.
Special. It sounded like a special
It does.
flame tongue. Flame tongue.
Yeah, I didn't look at
Go
any of the
French,
other
yeah.
things, so I was like, oh, 5. We're going 5.
I just happened to know that particular dice because we were together at Geeky Teas.
Oh, yeah.
In the
Hashtag
bag.
Yeah, we love you.
We love Geeky Teas.
There are 2 items in the bag, especially if Nik-Nak you're keeping the goggles going. The 2 things that light up, there is a belt inside the bag that has a sort of like, it's a thick leather belt with a sort of chain around it, and the front buckle looks like a sort of like wolf, and the eyes faintly burn as if there's like fire inside of them, but there isn't. There's also... Where is that? There is a small sort of like, similar to the weapon that you've seen Zakkai have. It's a kind of sickle, small handheld kind of sickle with a long kind of like chain at the end of it that kind of can be used. It's like a sickle with a very long like length of chain at the end of it. It's that the chain is warm to the touch, and when it moves, anytime it like, kind of like rubs against itself, there's a faint like kind of spark that kind of comes off of it.
Anything useful?
I can.
Did this
can.
glow as magic when you checked?
It did, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
it was, oh,
Yeah.
it was just detect magic, not
Yeah, it was just
identify.
detect
Okay.
magic. I can.
And the bonfire.
And the
Also,
bonfire.
That was glowing as well.
Yes.
Right?
I mean, I can. And I'll switch my goggles to the correct color to cast identify on these things. Just give me a few minutes, and then we'll go that way.
Basil, come back.
Okay. I was following I was hot on a trail.
Open your eyes now.
Oh, okay.
You identify the bonfire sculpture,
Okay.
the belt of the Hellhound,
Hmm.
and the Hell's Reach sickle.
We probably shouldn't get too attached to these items unless we want to fight.
I also don't think we should show them off and keep them in such.
Well, I mean, when we find Kiln, we didn't find these. Right.
Well,
I was just looking to see if there was maybe anything that could help us find him in his pack, but
All right. Well, let me see.
Wait,
you,
one step
you
ahead.
do you, I guess. I'm not gonna have any part in this, but
Well,
we don't want to upset our friend here too. So just
the belt is definitely magical, but I don't think it will really help us find him. And what was the other thing? Sorry.
The Hell's Reach sickle.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're magical. I don't think they're gonna help us find him, but they're definitely pretty useful.
bonfire sculpture.
The bonfire sculpture. Shit.
Sure, it's more yes, bonfire.
Oh, well. It'll keep you at a very comfortable degrees.
That's the magical bonfire.
Yeah, it'll basically give you like a campfire. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
We can just
if we're
just transport it for kiln.
There
Yeah,
is one feature of it though. If
Could it be
you
helpful?
use it, it will provide smoke that will, give away where you're at. Smoke signal,
we
like
need
a smoke
to
signal,
signal.
something this sort of thing.
Ooh. Do
Okay.
Here, try it out, Anara.
Well, not only the people we want would necessarily see the smoke signal.
Oh,
So
True.
perhaps the Kai and Harmony would see it. Perhaps Kiln would see it. But
You'd probably
there are other
recognize it on
people in this forest, I'm sure. We met those creatures, that weird. So I don't know whether we want to just reveal our location.
maybe we could leave it somewhere and hide, and just watch it. Not too far from it, but maybe as like a bait.
We'll see if we can lure
Our friends or
someone
otherwise.
or something.
Yeah, and if it's for our friends, we jump out and everyone's happy, and if it's not, then
We jump out and everybody's dead.
Yeah, or we just stay hidden.
Always stay hidden. Yeah, okay. What?
Well-
Seems a little risky.
And was there anything else in the pack that could have told us what he was doing following us here, or anything?
Well, we know
Any-
he's
any
looking
notes,
for
any letters?
yeah, any
Selka.
missives, any instructions that he was given?
Nothing else magical I know of, but
Well, I guess what do we do? Do we just go south and get lost? Plan A?
can't get any more lost than we
Plan
are.
B is to trigger this item and see if
And wait.
anything comes here.
Okay. But plan B.
I'm with Plan B.
Consensus is better than nothing, so if that's where we're leaning.
What do you think?
Do you know how to make a smoke signal? I guess we can just see what happens.
I think this is a better option than wandering in a random direction,
Oh,
eyes
okay.
closed or open.
Alright,
Okay.
I'll take the bonfire thing, which is like half my size, I guess. Just hold it above my head and like place it. All right, everyone hide together, but not too far because we don't want this thing disappearing, right?
Are there good spots to?
Yeah, I guess Anara, can you maybe like find a good vantage point? Or...
I'm gonna look around where we are right now and see if there are some good big thick
Trees we can climb up.
and
Like
palm
the
trees
maybe
that we
like the
can climb
least
up.
closed canopy.
Or for Tam,
And
are you a climber?
I can find a shrub to hide in, some sort of. I
big
learned
shrub.
Nik-Nak really extrapolated on the benefits of shrubs to me recently after our little incident, and so I feel like I could make use of some sort of.
And I can climb a tree.
Yeah,
Tree. I'll try and find a tree or some climbable trees in and around the area that are. But we want to stay within a distance of each other, right? We don't really want.
I'll before we all go off. How when did you start the fire already?
No, I was
Okay,
waiting
okay.
to find a
Just
good spot.
Figuring out
okay.
the spot.
All right.
first.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, just kind of
We could
looking
move
around.
a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
South, or because that's as good a direction as
If we
any.
can find some place
and,
that
and
is.
find a place that seems suitable.
Yeah.
yeah. So let's at least get away from this camp, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Great. So
I think.
plan B and then plan A.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
No, plan A then plan B.
Great.
Let's go.
Start heading in the
Yeah, so
direction.
we'll head in a direction, and I will keep my eyes out for a place that has sort of suitable layout where we can set the thing up, maybe in a little clearing, and there's some trees that three of us can climb, and
A
a
shrub.
Tam-sized shrub.
More of a hedge.
A hedge.
Yeah.
A Tam hedge. A hedge.
Definitely not hard to come by any like trees,
Find an
especially
actual
climbable
elephant
trees.
topiary.
It is like incredibly thick, dense forest. There's plenty of climbable trees around, and you start at least starting the plan A, head off and start moving in a southern direction. Harmony, as you're kind of tailing these people, you feel the orb in the bag pull suddenly in a different direction.
What?
The orb just changed directions, but I mean,
Okay.
I guess that's fine. Like that just means that they're moving, but
Or what if they
It
showed
means
up?
it's working.
What if they showed up nearby?
You feel the bag pulled
Well-
slightly backwards. The orb is pulling the opposite way that these folks are going.
Sure. Must
If
be
they're
made.
well, if that means that they're the opposite direction of who we're following, that's good. That means they're safe because they're not going towards
Right.
who we're following.
But is it
Do
more
you-
important that we follow them or that we go back, we find our friends?
I think we should find our friends. I think we still... Is the direction that the cultists are now going, does that align with the spot that Selka had marked on the map?
It does.
I think it's safe to say that they're going to this, the spot on the map that Selka had marked, so
Yeah.
we know where that is.
So you think that we could just
I think we can still
follow
find
the path?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fuck. Okay.
If it seems like can I guess, do I take that like kind of sudden change to mean like that they're all of a sudden closer? Or not necessarily.
Doesn't give you any idea of distance.
It just means like something happened and all of a sudden they like blooped somewhere else or something like that.
Yep.
Or or whatever direction they're moving in has changed, so the orb was just doing its best to orient itself to head in that direction.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're any closer to us, just that they decided to change a different direction. But
Right. They could still be across the woods.
the direction that they're changing now is moving away from us if the orb... But we don't... We can't let them get further away. That
I know,
we're
I
trying to
know.
catch up to them.
Let's just
Throw
go.
it in.
Kill!
Let's just go.
Kill!
Count.
Change of plan!
Should roll disease.
Yeah.
We-
I was going for a
We
one.
gotta go get the rest of the group.
We're gonna lose them if we just keep.
Well, we kind of know where they're going already. I think we should...
Oh, do you
Trevor.
have a great sense of direction now?
Well, I have a little better one than
Look,
you.
Kiln.
We found you.
That's right.
Hey,
We.
I found you.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But we
Doesn't
know
matter, we
more.
found each other.
We know more where we're going than you know where we're
Yeah.
This is great.
The only thing that I've heard is that you two have found two different directions. That does not sound like you know where you're going.
Okay. Wow.
going. We know where we're going. We just have two options now that have
Yeah.
presented themselves, and we're at a crossroads, and we're going to take that direction to find our friends.
Yeah.
Because we can still go back, and I know where the cultists are going.
And we're doing so well. We've found two directions to go
We
to.
have two more options than
So how do you like that?
And the one guy keeps leaving pieces that shouldn't be that hard to follow later. Like his ear just fell off up there. That's gonna stay there for a while.
Oh,
Fine.
Yeah,
Fine.
that poor guy.
I know.
Especially if you know,
Maybe Anara.
you know where you're going. You know where she
Yes,
is.
Yes.
we will be pulled wherever we want to go.
Okay. He's gonna make her.
Persuade himself.
Fine. I'll lead the way.
Great. Turn around. Okay, let's go.
All right.
This place.
And I guess if I leave it in the bag, then it just kind of is like pushing me. All right, this way.
Yeah, and I say we should probably move fast. If we
Yeah,
have
yeah,
an
let's
indication
jump.
that
Yeah.
there's a change, we want to jump.
They started moving a different direction, so we should definitely catch up to them.
Yeah.
So we're gonna double speed for a while.
Yeah, and if we felt the change, that means that they either vanished into somewhere else in the woods, potentially closer. Actually, that's the only option, because I don't think we'd feel any small change in.
Or something happened and they
direction.
all of a sudden changed directions, or maybe they saw something, or maybe
but then they would be close by if we felt the shift that.
Well, I don't know.
Dramatic.
I mean,
Or maybe
not
a rock swooped out of the sky and ate them all. Let's go.
Fine. Yeah, we'll just hustle.
so pushy.
We should have left this guy in the woods.
I
mean-
can hear you.
I know.
All right, let's go this way.
he'll begrudgingly
I'll start jogging.
follow you guys in that direction.
In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's go.
I know how to run.
Does she not know that we can know how to run?
I think this is maybe her first time. It's a self-reminder. Good job, Hermie.
Just in case you didn't know the most efficient way to do it.
Just so fucking weird.
Just, buy the book.
Well,
If we want to get there the quickest and be the least out of breath and have the least, muscle weakness, let's
you're
just
in
go.
heels.
And my calves are killing it right now.
She's got a point. She has a point there.
You do this in heels and tell me how easy you think it is.
What size do you wear?
8.5.
Oh, alright.
Isn't that the 5, 6,
What do I
8.5,
know?
yeah.
Standard Albert.
That's me in first grade.
Ones are really getting to Team A.
Could I have someone from the Anara, Basil, Tem, and Nik-Nak group roll a d6 for me, please?
It's your turn, my friend.
Sure.
5.
As you kind of push through the forest and the dark woods, you eventually kind of see a small clearing up ahead. I'm not quite sure if any of you were there or recognize it, but you see a small clearing with several stones in a large circle and a single lamppost sticking up out of the ground.
I do not believe any of us.
No.
A faint blue light flickering in the lamppost. There are large stones set in a large circle in the clearing, each one marked with a rune that also pulses with that faint, dull blue glow.
What a pretty green light.
If we were
that
always
has,
small. So it
sufficient-
guaranteed that they would
Does this meet the
stick
criteria
somewhere,
of a place where we could have some trees to climb and a big bush?
There's certainly a large kind of
I can pretend to be a boulder. I can take off all my clothes and be a giant gray boulder.
Literally describe what we were looking for.
Yeah, that's
Whatever you heard, it's up to you.
thick, dense forest. The trees definitely provide
completely voluntarily.
Yeah.
I got this, guys.
a very different campaign. From
Yeah.
I guess
Tem
it's
is
the only
far-
option I have.
far too modest and loves
Don't
clothing
make
too
me.
much. Tem is the opposite of a nudist.
He's an ever nude.
It does. It gives you at least a clear spot because in the clearing there is a clear view of the sky for the first time in a while. The trees around the clearing are very thick and dense, very climbable. Not a lot in the way of shrubbery or bushes, but it's a
Maybe a spot near some tree trunks that are close together where Tem could.
Well,
it could feasibly find.
I'll start
Why is there-
vigorously digging a hole so you can start to
what is this? What?
Actually,
lamppost?
You wait,
It's a
you just
clearing. This may be a landmark of some kind. Maybe if we set it off here, this would bring.
There's a
our friends
small
back.
sign tacked to the lamppost and a small crate kind of set into the ground at the base of it.
This is the last thing I would expect to see in the middle of the woods.
root
Yeah, I mean,
around the crate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look at the
okay.
sign.
What
What
were
does the
you
sign say?
expecting to see?
Trees.
Well, we've seen a lot of trees.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a crate here.
Pretty sure we've seen some of them. on
What's in the crate? What's in the crate? I'm gonna
Everyone be careful.
stand on top of Sledgehog and read the sign while Nik-Nak goes to the crate.
While Tem says, "Everyone be careful," Nik-Nak throws open the crate. Inside, you find a pair of moth-eaten pillows and blankets. There's a couple of
Wait,
metal dishes, and sets of silverware.
Those are mine.
Yep, in the bag. I'm
In the
assuming.
craftsman's bag. Yep.
I'm not
There it
sure
goes.
This looks like it may have been set up for travelers. I don't know that we should.
Well, there
steal
were
it.
travelers.
Yeah, but I think for people staying here, not. I mean, maybe there's a system where people, whoever the guardians of whatever this place is, this is for people who are lost. Maybe we shouldn't steal it.
Can we use this? Good enough for me.
There is a small, maybe 1 or 2 person pup tent,
Throw that
and 2 lengths of rope, each 25 feet in length.
Oh, Anara. Oh.
Oh, very well.
Very
Never can have
easily
enough
convinced.
Stealing is wrong until it's something you want.
I never said stealing is wrong.
Yeah, that's fair. You never said stealing is wrong.
I mean, in all fairness, I think you're right. I think it has all of the makings of some sort of like checkpoint.
Do we still want to set the bonfire?
Well, I don't know. Basil,
Wait, but
Basil,
what does the
what's
note
the
say?
thing say?
Yeah, I don't know. What does it say?
As you walk up to the note, it is in several different languages, but as you get closer, it changes to whatever language you're most comfortable reading or speaking. It reads, "Be you lost, you now are found. Take rest and refuge in Found Town. You are safe at the Gorin Post. Next shepherd escort, one day."
So I Found Town is apparently right over here. There's apparently a thing that's coming by in like a day that should take us there.
Do
See,
we want
look,
to
read the sign.
Stay here and set. Because maybe if we can get our friends to see the smoke signal, they can find their way to this place.
Right.
Then in a day, we have a route to Found Town.
Yeah.
What?
Although maybe we don't. Do we want to go to Found Town?
I don't know. Is that taking us further away from where we might be? Unless
Well,
they're
I mean,
there already.
if this
when
leads-
We don't have a map, so I don't know
If
where
this
we're going.
Yeah.
leads to Found Town, then that means that whoever is in Found Town knows how to get at least from here to Found Town. So maybe they know how to get from not just Found Town to here, but from Found Town to here to somewhere else. Maybe
But
people
there's
in
no
Found Town know how to
We
get
don't
to the
know where
woods.
that somewhere else
There's-
needs to be.
We don't know. This is not a direction to where we're going. Harmony has that information.
No,
we
but
need
it's-
to find Harmony.
But it's a direction towards directions.
It said the shepherd.
Let's
Yeah.
set the bonfire
I agree.
lamp off.
Put it right
and
there.
hope that Zakkai and you have it. It's,
Uh,
it's
you're right.
underneath those. It's underneath the tent. And the
Yeah,
pillow
I'll clean up all the, I'll
that you
fold up all the stuff and put it back in the little thing and like leave like a gold coin or something. Just as, like,
Sorry, I saw the plates and got excited.
make. Yeah, no, it's fine.
And if they don't come within a day, we'll at least understand who the shepherd is or how they get to Found Town.
And perhaps they will stumble on a place like this or
Yeah,
the
maybe
same place.
maybe they'll be with.
It could be that they're already there if they found something
They may
like
have
this
found
place
a place
already.
like, exactly
Yeah.
like this. Or maybe they're waiting for
yes,
us
they
there.
could already be at Found Town. Who
They could.
knows?
Okay, well,
That's
again,
that's where we were trying to go with the orb. So I
again,
guess.
it's more of a lead than we've gotten so far.
Okay.
So
All right.
So-
Do we still hide? We should hide.
I think that it's best to not be at least out in the open.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know how to trigger this thing?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Tree.
Yeah.
Tree. Bush. Tree. I'll leave a rope for you to climb up.
I'll find a bush.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta stay with Sledgehammer.
Shall we climb the same tree or?
Yeah,
close
yeah,
by?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. So we'll
We'll find a
Fine.
bush.
Take the high ground.
we'll take the high road. They'll take the low
But
road.
stay in sight.
Yeah.
Of each other.
In the clearing.
Yes.
Opposite sides, same side.
Yes, yes, but never let anyone's gaze wander off.
Yes. Okay.
You kind of set the sculpture down, and as you know, you've identified it. You can basically will it to make smoke or not.
Mhm.
So trigger it, set it off. All four of you make a stealth checks for me, please. As will Sledgehog.
Do you want me to? Oh, you roll for such.
I did, but you can roll if you'd like.
Are we sure there's not a topiary in the exact shape of Tem? Because I got a nat 20. So
Hey!
Amazing.
Where did Tem go?
Oh, sorry, Ted. How'd that happen?
Did he walk off? Did he wander off? Damn, I can't see Tem at all. Tem?
it's a full like Alice in Wonderland of him just like
I think we lost Tem.
It's actually a strange little thing that Tem was able to do. As you kind of see Tem looking around and looking for a place to hide, you see there's like he kind of like you see Tem point and start moving off, and he passes behind a tree maybe that thick, and as he passes behind it, he does not come out the other side.
Where'd he go? How do you do that?
We may have lost Tem.
I'm gonna shout, Tem!
do I when I do that, can I see them all still? Am I okay? I'm
Tem, are you there?
hello, I'm here. I don't know what you're I'm
Well, you're really good at hiding.
Wave your trunk.
I'll wave my trunk.
You see it wave from the other side.
Okay, good.
Wait, he stopped moving. Where'd he go?
I got an 18.
18.
15.
15.
I got a 4 and Sledgehog got a 17.
You see that Sledgehog kind of wheels behind a bush, and you can like dive underneath it, and you're like safe as only your like head is underneath the bush.
Tails just stick
Yeah.
out.
Butt
Rest
straight
of
out.
cold
Yeah.
body
Yeah.
and tail just splooted out onto the floor.
Perfect. I imagine I like set down the thing, turned it on, and just ran and like dived under it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I see a kobold tail?
Yes, you do.
Nik-Nak! What? Roll your tail in. I can see it.
I'll try and roll it in.
You can rank it up with advantage.
I think that's I think that's like a 10.
Is! Fall
Wait.
down!
I still see your foot. Your foot's in. No, your other foot.
I'll just keep wagging it all around.
If you'd been hiding like that, maybe I would have seen the blast coming to me earlier.
Okay, let's. How long are we waiting? Okay, let's see what
Until
happens.
something happens.
At least a day, maybe.
Up to a day.
Up to a day.
We're gonna wait.
In respective hiding spots. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna wait. Does this thing just keep blowing smoke as
Yeah.
long as so it doesn't run out? No, cool.
Just so long as you wish it to.
Magic is cool.
Magic is cool. Harmony and Zakkai, make perception checks for me.
Try and turn this thing into like a steam engine. Try and turn it into like a steam engine. Oh, hell yeah.
4.
Actually, kill him roll as well.
You said perception, right?
Perception.
Dirty 20.
30 20. Okay. Beat kill by 1.
I'm digging through my bag right now. I'm like, maybe I should just hold it.
As like Harmony's fumbling with the orb and trying to like get it to like follow its exact location, and it's still like pulling in the same general direction that it was. You see in the direction that it's pulling, just barely rising above the clouds of the treetops of the Lost Woods, maybe a couple miles away, you see like a faint trail of smoke rising to the sky, which is nothing that you had seen anything like this in the Lost Woods before, or up until now.
Hey, Smoke. Hey, Harmony, kill him. Look.
Immediately, Kiln like perks up and kind of just like, and kind of like
Is it?
pushes past you and starts running in the direction.
Yeah, I start taking off. Let's go. Let's go.
Yep. Okay. Does it look?
I'll just
Does it look
take
like Mork's smoke?
Are you sure? Are you sure it's him?
Maybe we'll let him
I
get a
mean,
little
it's
further.
smoke, so I kind of just assume.
I mean, it's better than what we've seen. Okay, yeah.
Does it look like campfire smoke, or does it look different than?
No, it looks like standard campfire smoke.
It's people. That's something.
Okay. Well, yeah. We'll let him find out.
You say it's people,
We'll
and
let
immediately
him get
Kiln
there
like
first.
stops for a second. Didn't think of that.
Well, what? People make fires, Kiln.
Stupid people make fires.
Desperate people make fires too.
He said,
Look,
what?
look.
Well,
It's still a lead.
It's
And
a
it's
few
still-
miles
still a
away.
lead.
It's a few miles away. We'll run until we get somewhat close, and then
Yeah.
we'll be maybe a little more careful, just in case it's not people that we want to actually run into.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, good plan.
This,
Just
I guess, towards the smoke.
when we get there, let's just slow down and regroup. Okay. Okay.
I'll put it back in my bag so I can have my hands free, just in case.
Yeah.
I'll
and then
start
we'll hustle.
heading towards the smoke. Awesome. Harmony or Zakkai, roll a d6 for me, please.
4.
You are heading in that direction, and still heading towards the smoke. And it's Harmony until then, like the smoke lines up with the direction that the orb is pulling, and you feel pretty confident about it. And about like 30 minutes into it, you still see the smoke coming from the same spot, and the orb pulls hard right.
The orb just moved. Well,
What?
it's now It was going towards the smoke, and now it's going the other direction.
Okay. Maybe they've moved again. Maybe the smoke is someone different, or maybe it is just Mork with in the woods running around.
Yeah.
But
we-
it's. I think we should follow it.
The smoke?
Yeah, I mean, because we can always follow the orb. This is at least new. This is information that we might need.
That's true.
So I say we keep going.
Okay.
Also, just to hate to be the hell's advocate, but there's a chance that if they didn't move, we did.
Did it seem like we had jogged through any weird, magic-y kind of type of thing?
Not that you know.
If we turn around, does it look like the same trees we just ran through? Yeah, I think you're right. But
I
is
really fucking hate this place.
is the smoke still?
But the smoke
has
is
the
still-
smoke moved?
No.
Oh.
I really don't like not knowing the answers to this. Well, you made a good point.
Yeah, let's
The
just.
orb should still be leading us to Sledgehog, so we're not too far from the smoke now. Let's see what that is. Maybe it's Mork.
Yeah.
And
In which case,
we're so
great news.
generous and gracious, we'll help Kiln before we help ourselves, and then we'll go find our friends.
Thanks.
All right.
I'm in your debt.
I'll hold you to that.
Yeah. I wasn't being serious.
Let's go. As we progress toward the smoke.
Awesome. Heading the same direction.
Something I
yeah.
think about a few minutes after being in the tree, it's like, we should leave a signal so that if people see the clearing, they know we're here. But only a signal that our friends would know. I have an idea.
Do you want to use Slink or something?
Well, I was thinking of just shooting one of my purple-fleshed arrows next to the thing, so it just sits there. They'll see it.
Sure. Leave a little mark.
I'll shoot one of my arrows so it lands in the dirt right next to the bonfire.
Yeah.
Tem, wait. If you shoot from there, do we want to move position so they don't know where the angle where we shot from?
It's okay, I'll do it this way.
Takes a while.
How did you do that?
it's the longbow.
Eventually.
In the downtime while we're waiting, Tem is knitting a bonnet for Mork.
Oh, we're gonna have to fight Kiln for possession more.
He says he owes us one.
Yeah.
We'll take your beloved.
I don't think he's gonna give up.
We already have his
He
items.
said that there's no magical connection.
They clearly have a magical
And
He
connection.
was
And more
starved
job,
for
very
jerky.
Yeah, he needed a little bit of dried meat.
Not feeding him.
It has shifted
Neglect.
Yeah,
He's feeding it. Yeah.
After a little ways traveling another mile or so through the woods of Harmony, Zakkai, you kind of like see ahead. You wanted to kind of stop beforehand. You see you're pretty close to where the source of the smoke is, and you see just ahead of you, which I believe you two are the ones that recognize it. The circle of stones with the lamppost in the middle of it. Was it you two that saw it before?
Yeah.
One of you saw it.
Yeah, it was us.
Similar setup as before, ring of stones, lamppost in the middle of it, but before it was a pink light, pink flame in the lamppost. This one is blue. You see, kind of like, you can barely make out through the trees because you are fairly distant away. There is a faint kind of like orangey glow, and they seems to be a source of the smoke rising up in the sky.
It's a different one this time. So, I mean, that's good news. At least we didn't just go in a whole circle for the day. So,
Yeah.
maybe
Let's get a little closer.
maybe we'll keep an eye out as we approach.
Yeah.
Sure. Because this would be a trap in one of those fucking cold people.
Yeah, clearly someone
Yeah, we should be
planted the
prepared.
whatever's making the smoke. So,
I think
Alright.
if someone's going to try to ambush us, we should ambush them first.
I actually agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if we can see anyone.
Great. Kel flips that dagger up.
Just both teams waiting for the others in an infinite stakeout.
Yeah,
I'll take
we'll
out
creep
the-
up
I'll
and
take
try
out,
to
like, the
see
crossbow.
if we can see anybody hiding.
Make a perception check.
Let's try a different one.
Both teams make perception checks against each other.
See a cobalt tail.
Well, I got
6.
14.
I keep looking at the crossbow because I'm like, not having actually used it before. So I'm like, I think that's right. Okay. That's how it looks in the books.
Kel reaches over and turns the safety off.
I would have done that right before I used it.
Uh-huh.
It's important to keep the safety on until you're ready to use it.
We're ready to use it.
I'm like swinging. Actually, no, I'm not because I would know. I'm like very intently like keeping it
Finger
down.
off the trigger.
Yeah.
Down.
To the
That's on
side,
page
pointing
1
down.
Of the
Yeah,
Adventurer's
yeah,
Guide
yeah.
to
Uh-huh.
How to not shoot yourself.
Do not point the crossbow at a person.
As you kind of like sneak an inch your way closer, you don't see anybody waiting or hiding for you. Zakkai, you do see that the source seems to be a small glass sculpture in the middle of the clearing next to a dark purple flesh arrow that is stuck into the ground. And you see sticking out from underneath a bush not too far outside this little ring a little reptilian tail.
Oh my god. Come on, it's them. I'm gonna like excitedly run over to the clearing. I'm gonna.
Before review here, rapid.
I get ready
coming
my
towards
sword.
you.
What is it, Tim?
Do we see who it's
I think they're getting
coming
close.
before they arrive in the clearing?
Make a perception.
I'm gonna jump and try to like grab Nik-Nak's like tail and feet and pull him out. But, hey,
Perception check
hi.
is 19.
Someone's going after Nik-Nak! We get him!
I'm going to say nothing.
Gotcha.
You say nothing.
I know that Zakkai is coming, but I also know he's
I'm just
seen
jogging behind,
Nik-Nak, and
holding
I'm
the
just
crossbow
gonna-
down. I'm like,
I'm going to just let this play out.
Absolutely. Life lesson.
I clutch Mork. I'm like, ah!
cover his eyes.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Who is it? Who's coming?
Dive right on top.
What is it? What is it?
These arms immediately grab you and try to pull you out from the bush.
I'm gonna just the ground. I'm gonna pull back.
Pulling a cat out from under the bed.
Grabs you.
What? Oh,
Hey, get off, Nik-Nak!
Oh.
Nik-Nak, it's
oh,
hi, come on.
we found them.
It's us. Oh, start to let go.
Flip down from
Yeah, like I grab you, we like roll back. Okay, here you go.
Second law, assemble.
We'll both hop out of the tree.
Yeah, hop out the tree.
I'm ready for duty!
From an impossibly small tree, you see a giant elephant.
Behind you, you see a giant elephant like ringing around.
Put the safety back on the crossbow.
goodness!
Good work.
Harmony.
We found you
Zakkai.
guys.
Hi.
Worked.
Where have you been?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I
we
did
were-
immediately see Kel and I'm like,
No, it's okay.
We ran into
we helped
this
him.
guy.
Kiln!
It's okay.
That was
we
a
ran
pleasant-
into that guy.
pleasant
Point to him.
traveling.
Kiln, I have someone for you. And then with a tiny little pink yarn bonnet on, I like undo the fabric and I like let
Before
Mork.
you even, your hands even reach there, a hole is burnt as a like a comet. Still wearing a little pink bonnet. The little reptilian hell creature kind of lunges out and scurries across the ground, leaps up, and immediately Kiln just grabs it, and they both fall back and he's scratching him like, oh my god, thank God.
Oh.
I got you. And he starts like licking his face.
Aw.
It's hot. Stop.
He has a
He
heart.
does care about something.
Yeah, we found more, but we didn't find anything else of yours.
He kind of looks over it. Make a deception check.
oh, we did find the bonfire.
Yeah, but that's it. 5.
Kiln like looks at Mork and Mork just goes,
Mark, what are you doing? You jockey! He made you a hat.
sets Mork down and kind of walks over. My effects, please.
Damn! Stop it on stage. I'll give him 1. Jim.
All my effects, please.
And my hat.
I'll give him the rest.
All that stuff.
But if
Kinda
you,
like,
you don't need 2.
I really do.
Alright, fine.
So
My dagger.
Where were you guys?
I'm so happy to see y'all.
What
We just got
We can't-
transported through the woods.
Yeah, what happened to you guys?
I know, I was sitting.
We were.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
We woke up and you guys were gone.
We were
Just
keeping
disappeared.
watch.
Yeah, we saw. It was the strangest
was
thing.
me,
We saw
but-
her.
Obviously
Walk
not
through the
really
trees.
me, but it must have been some sort of illusion or some sort of trick that the woods was playing on us or something.
Yeah.
But she was walking not that far away. We both saw, and we just kind of ran.
But we didn't think
To
we went that far.
investigate.
Did
To
you
keep
only just
everyone
see
safe.
Harmony, or did you see you too, Zakkai?
I saw myself a little bit later
Oh.
after we disappeared through the
Well, no
trees.
matter, we're back together again, which is good news.
We
But
should have found a bush to sleep
we're
in.
no closer to our goal.
I know. Well, actually,
Well, we
no.
we saw
We saw-
cultists.
we saw some cultists, just direct
Like this
opposite
teal, like
direction
yellow.
that way.
Yes.
Yeah, the yellow, the teal. There were
In
three
this
of them.
forest?
Yeah, there was one with like a
Well,
carapace.
The one guy,
And
he's.
There was
might-
another guy. He wasn't looking too good. He's falling apart.
But they're
Um,
remember how they drank the one guy drank
Oh,
some of the
they
lifeblood
mut-
and then mutated, but
Yeah.
they were. I think they've gotten a little better at controlling their evolution or
Nice.
whatever they're
Wow.
calling it.
Not everyone's so
So,
lucky. Not
The one
everyone.
guy must have I think got the short end of the stick, and he seems to be kind of mutating with like an ooze or something. So we can follow the pieces of him that had fallen off. That was leaving a
Like the
trail.
way you
But
can.
we have to be fast.
But the other two seem to have kind of mutated with aspects of animals. So I think they're progressing in their whatever they're experimenting on. I think they're getting a little better at it. But it seems
Do
You
you know
said
where
the train
they're
was that
going?
way?
Do you
yes,
have the map
they're
still?
going towards
Yeah, we still have the map.
the
we have
spot,
we
the
have
spot that
sphere.
Selka
I'm
put
gonna
on the
pull out
map.
sphere.
They weren't with Selka though.
It's pulling toward
No,
the
it was
sledgehog.
just three.
You like take it out, and the spear is like pulling directly towards like Sledgehog.
Oh well, we know this works.
And,
this was
and they're
was
going the
pulling-
same direction
wait.
as here.
This was pulling actually a different direction until now.
What do you mean?
Well, we followed your smoke, but the ball was telling us to go.
Is it
The other
pulling
way.
it the other
But-
direction now?
Wait, do I have-
Now
do I-
it's still pulling. Like you see Sledgehog there, and it's kind of pulling towards it. Eventually, when you get within like 10 feet or so, the
Uh-huh.
pull just stops, and it just becomes a orb in your hand.
So it's
Okay.
it's affected by some
I think it's-
strange navigational
yeah.
effect
Whatever's-
in these woods.
Whatever's throwing us off path, I think,
Mm.
is also affecting the magic. I mean, it works to a
Like
degree.
we are
We
going
know
in
it
a direction
works.
and then we're not in the same place anymore, in the same
Well, it,
direction.
I think it
seemed
depends
to
on-
suddenly pull different directions. Maybe if we must have walked through some sort of
Yeah,
weird
we passed
magic
through some
spot,
trees and we turned around. It
and
was
then at one
different.
point it seemed like you guys all of a sudden started going a different direction. But then it felt like you
We
guys
went
were getting
south.
further from us.
So maybe the straightest path is maybe not the quickest path. It's just kind of all over.
But
maybe.
the map points in the direction still of where these cultists were headed when you last saw them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
we know
they
where-
were heading towards the spot that Selka had marked on the map, and they took more of the lifeblood and rubbed it on themselves, and that seemed to kind of establish like more of a connection to whatever is at that point on the map. So
It-
there
it
must be
also-
something there.
It also
But
might
we
have
should do
enhanced their
Oh.
abilities. Maybe they
Yeah.
could track things more easily if they
But we
directly
have a
applied
direction we can follow right now.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's,
Yeah.
let's,
I,
let's
I say
Shall
follow
we
that trail. Follow
turn.
that goop guy.
Yeah.
ready.
This
Okay.
this
Kill.
place appears to be some kind of
Oh yeah, we found like
a route to found.
Yeah.
A way station.
checkpoint.
We
Point or
found a
something.
different one
We
at
found
some
something.
point.
You found
Yeah.
one?
There's I think many of them.
Oh.
Did it have like the box and everything?
Yeah, it did.
Were there metal plates in there?
I think so.
Did you get them?
No, we left everything that was in there, but we left a note for you guys in case
Yeah.
you found that one,
Oh.
so that you
Well,
would
we didn't
see
find
that
any
we had
note.
been
Oh
there.
great. Okay.
Well, yeah, it was at a
But
different.
did you say
So
anything?
you made
Sorry,
a donation.
buddy.
That's what
I-
you're saying. You made a donation to the box at your place.
Oh, I did too. I left some gold at ours. It's okay.
We're good.
Yeah. So,
Let's
Kim,
go.
Yeah.
you found your friend and you found your stuff. Do you still want to come with us?
If my understanding is correct, you're all trying to go after these cultists, and you mentioned Selka.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's who I'm after. So if you're heading that direction,
Shocker.
Yeah, what a surprise.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
So
you're
this time
welcome to
willing
join.
cooperate?
I don't really have much of a choice.
It's a shame.
Well, you should talk to Mork because Tem did an amazing job babysitting him for you.
Oh,
You actually
well,
give him some food.
Yeah, what's this?
it's to keep him comfortable.
But see, help keep him warm too.
You see that like Killen goes like pull it off and works. Pulls it down. Fine,
We-
little guy.
Let's the
You
battle
know,
of love
he was really worried about you, and I'm glad that you guys are back together. It's always sad to see friends separated.
Yeah.
That's so nice of you,
Thanks.
Tim.
But he
So
did burn a
nice to
hole through a good piece of
strangers.
fabric, so I'm gonna just excuse me, and I'll cast mending on the fabric just to get that all fixed up.
He does that. Sorry.
I mean,
If he damaged anything else, go buy a new one because I'm not gonna pay for it.
I figured you wouldn't.
So
Pleasant
shall we?
man.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
Let's
Rule
head out on
one.
the trail.
In good
Everyone-
shape. Is everyone healthy?
Yeah, I'm okay.
How long were we waiting for them to show up?
A couple hours.
Okay, so I can take a short rest?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
No one goes out of view.
We
Should
stay within.
Yeah.
yes, and if you see anything that wants to dance, just dance with it.
Right. Thank you.
Oh.
Why?
Okay.
Just
We found a fake creature that was playing music and wanted to dance, and then we kind of tricked it, and then we got into a fight. But then Tim did a really cool ribbon dance, and then it was all okay.
He did a.
Oh.
And Anara got swallowed.
Well, that's
But it was fine.
that's
It's
a
par for the
fun
course for this.
strategy of
Okay.
de-escalation. Well done.
Oh.
It
ribbon
was,
dance.
It was
It was my idea
was
first, but Tim did it.
I was just gonna say it was a group effort.
Well,
That's not surprising.
we'll keep an eye out for dance partners.
yeah, dance.
Okay.
Just dance if you wanna. Don't leave your friends behind though.
Yeah.
We've already tried that.
Yeah.
It didn't work out well for us.
All right. I
Yeah.
took a short rest as well.
On the map, there's no name. There's just the X spot for. Oh, it says the name of the location. Okay.
Can you find a person?
It has to be an object or the name of.
Names.
Well, I mean, the more specific it is, the more accurate the orb will be.
Well, we first set it to go to Fountain Town. Is that right?
Yeah,
Initially.
originally.
Yeah, that was the initial.
Well, if we move quickly, perhaps we can pick up the trail of the
Yeah.
cultists
Yeah.
that you
Yeah, the one
saw.
that was degrading.
And
I think
then
the
maybe
faster
can
we
actually track
move-
them.
Yeah.
So
So
let's move.
let's not waste time.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. Let's all stay together.
Maybe I could. Well, I could set the orb to track that one guy's ear that fell off. Because once it falls off, it's kind of like an object, right? And that's pretty specific because I saw his ear that fell off and onto the ground, and I can picture it.
But how many? We have a possible that
Let's see
thing
if
only
we
has
can-
a certain number of
Yeah.
uses, correct? So maybe we could see if we can make progress before
Yeah.
by just following the map and picking up at the trail from where you found it. And if we need it, we can then use it.
Yeah. Okay.
How far away was it that you saw these people?
Yeah.
Not too far. We saw your smoke, and well, we were following them for a while.
A couple miles. It took us.
Well, let's move. That's not far.
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. Let's just get going.
Okay.
Right.
So, this way.
Follow me.
Okay, so back the way we came till we find the ooze guy's trail again. And I'll just kind of follow along on the map with the beetle to try to like make sure we kind of stay on the approximate correct path.
Give me an intelligence check.
Is this a thing that can help with? Like, is it like a familiarity with the route kind of?
I was say because you kind of came back the right, you can do it with an advantage. Only because you're literally backtracking. I'll. You're looking at the map, and it's weirdly more disorienting than not to be focusing on the map, because every single time you kind of look down at it, it's almost the beetle has like quickly scurried over to like correct itself. It's weirdly the map is being less helpful
You know-
than just.
You know
blocking
when you
walking.
like you think about like a regular word, but you think about it so much that it
Like
sounds like a fake word, and you're
Tree.
like, wait, is that really?
Tree.
Yeah, you just think about it too much, and then you're like, tree.
Like these things that we're walking.
Is that a
tree.
real word?
I don't know.
Is
I
that...
don't think so.
I'll follow you. I'll follow you.
Yeah. Listen. Are you okay?
Yeah.
It's been a long trip in the woods.
We ran for a while. Yeah, can I have some of that jerky? It's important to refuel.
And then I'll just try to lead us
Every 3
back the same
hours.
trail that we came through.
Proportionate to your
Exercise.
yeah.
Kill is also going to make a tracking check. Oh. You did quite well. Although you're all still like moving the same general direction, every once in a while he's sort of like kind of course corrects a little bit and kind of like just kind of like gently nudges the group left, right, whichever way he's kind of following here. I will need someone else to roll a d6 for me, please.
I'll do this one.
Yep.
2.
South?
Yep.
Also looks like an S.
There we go.
W.
Though Selka's map is not perfect and the kind of like following these cultists as best you can, you do notice that you are growing a bit closer to your destination. The spot on the map Selka has marked for herself. You see the lost woods that as further you keep going get thicker and darker. The trees growing so close together that you have to squeeze between them. The canopy so dense that and with tangled branches that no light can pierce through it. The ground is littered with a mess of gnarled roots, soft dirt, and blanketed in so much moss and undergrowth it almost is like you're walking on carpet. You also spy a few familiar colors. Sap leaking from the trees and the edges of flower petals, patches of moss, and various fungi scattered around all share that same electric teal blue. The air here smells acrid and sour, while the flora and fauna you spot are stained with teal lifeblood. Nothing seems to be hurt by it. Rather, it feels the forest around you seems changed, stronger but twisted, mutated. Everything here looks prehistoric, Jurassic, exaggerated, both familiar and alien to you at the same time. You spot the occasional forest critter, a squirrel with a fish-like body, long reptilian tail, insectoid wings, and a single deer antler kind of sticking out of the side of its head. You see a bird with a crest of orange feathers on its head, grazing on what looks to be just like some other dead bird that it may have killed. But as it opens its beak, like a little kind of like long tentacle-like tongue kind of slithers out and snatches a piece out, kind of slithers back in. You do see ahead of you, maybe 80 or so feet, a break in the tree line where you see a sort of small, like, hill. The forest kind of breaks, and there's almost like a set of large rocks climb up towards a single, looks like man-made, flat stone surface on the ground, where 4 of those cultists all seem to be gathered and speaking with one another.
This place is corrupted.
Everybody get down. See if we can hear them.
You're entering from all the way down there. There it is.
Oh.
Kind of speaking with one another. Harmony and Zakkai and Kiln will recognize that 3 of them. One of them is the Tabaxi woman. The other is that sort of hunched man with the armadillo carapace and porcupine eagles. There is the goopy falling apart guy.
He
Maybe
made it.
Oh, good.
missing a good like 1/8 of him. He's maybe like an 1/8 size smaller than he was before. Still kind of like leaning on one of the stones, wheezing a little bit. His like bullfrog throat kind of like comes out, and then like very, he's not doing great. And
Are
you
they-
see,
is that their
guy.
exact location, or they're in the center of the?
oh no, they're standing there. That's where they're. all like speaking to one another. And there's a fourth one that you didn't see before. Humanoid, tall, kind of like lanky female woman. At one point may have had that gray Goliath-y kind of skin tone, which has changed to a deep, almost midnight blue, and she has like tiger stripes, but in that same electric teal color, that sort of bioluminescent kind of glow. And they all seem to be like speaking with one another, and one of them is pointing at the ground, kind of where they're talking, and the other one is like has a small box, and the tabaxi's like rummaging through it, and you see he's pulling out these, looks to be almost like gears or cogs, and is investigating it, and huffs and throws it back in the box. And
Should I sound Slink close by to hear?
Yeah, the rest of us will watch from here.
And this is the spot. It seems like with the map, this is the spot.
Okay.
Well, this is where Selka had marked on the map. So there's got to be something really important here, and she's probably here somewhere.
Yeah. They might show us the way to her.
So I'll communicate to Slink telepathically to approach around the side, stealthily, and try and get close enough so that I can listen.
absolutely, make a stealth check for Slink, please.
And does it seem like kind of these like rock formation setup type of things, like that there's more that extends back, or does it seem like this is like?
It seems to kind of end.
spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
It seems to end like this. Seems to be like
It's
the
kind of like a circle and not like
That is a
This
13.
13.
How close? They're coming like around this way, basically. So you can let me know.
Yep, they get a good ways.
Because it's sort of oozy.
About there is when the tabaxi woman, kind of one of her ears perks up and she looks over.
Okay, if
And
I think
points.
if Slink thinks that they've been spotted, we'll immediately just melt into a oozy ink blot on the ground in an attempt to not continue to be noticed.
You see that the tabaxi woman, her eyes kind of like flash at electric teal, and she's gonna throw an eldritch blast at Slink.
Can Slink dodge?
Yeah, I'll give Slink the dodge action. I'll give disadvantage on the attack roll. 1 moment.
Yeah, it can take other actions. It can't attack.
That is a 15 to hit.
That does hit.
while Slink was creeping their way up for those kind of like however long that took, like minute or so, to Zakkai, can you feel if there's maybe anything underground here too? It seems like there should be more. I don't know. I feel like there should be more here. You know.
Yeah, I can try.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe see if you can feel anything.
I'll just concentrate. I'm gonna see if I can sense any. I'm gonna kind of do some like rhythmic like tapping with my feet to see if I can kind of like.
Give me a perception check.
And what would be their approximate distance
14.
from us over here?
Let's see. Yeah, between like 60 and 70 feet.
Yep.
Oh, 14.
14. You like do some like tapping on the ground, and at first you almost kind of feel silly doing it. You're more akin to pulling the ground up and making it do what you want rather than like talk to the ground. But as you kind of do that,
What's he doing?
you feel that like that bag of sand that you kind of carry with you. This is the second time this has happened. It feels like heavier. It almost like kind of pulls on your belt a little bit, and you just know, you kind of like feel a faint like. It's when you pick up an object and you know that it's hollow, even though you can't really tell, you can feel that there is a subterranean emptiness beneath this kind of like formation of rocks.
You're right. The ground is not solid here. I'm gonna kind of Hey, there's something under us.
Slink, you take 13 points of damage.
Slink will just
One of the strange creatures from the woods.
stays just like kind of as an ink pool, and then just not move at all. And I'll whisper, "She was seen, but
Is she okay?
yeah, still alive.
Okay.
But maybe if we leave it just a little, I can have her see if she can hear, because I think they got her."
Okay. Yeah. Tell us what you hear.
We'll
Okay,
wait.
so-
We'll tack on your signal, I guess.
So I'll have Slink say just still for a
Like,
good
play
45
dead,
seconds.
essentially?
Play dead, yeah, just do the thing. Until they start moving back, if they do, start moving back to whatever they were doing.
Make a
And then
performance check.
start for play dead.
Yeah.
Just move a little. Can I hear anything through Slink from there? If I put my senses into
Make a perception check.
That's with Slink though. Right?
With Slink's,
Great. 8.
8. You like jump into Slink, and then just because not only were they hit and have oozed themselves, you kind of jump into it, and the senses you kind of get is just ow, and sort of like just
Okay.
general daze.
Yeah.
You go from completely fine to jumping into a
Yeah.
dazed mind.
I
You
don't-
kind of jars
I
you.
don't think I'm going to be able to hear anything through Slink. She's hurting. Should be okay.
Got the ringing ears like that.
How audible are they from? I know they were far, but are they speaking at like a raised, comfortable volume? Are they kind of hushed and secretive? Are we catching anything?
Does NPR kind of dial?
Definitely not NPR level whisper hush. They're speaking at like a normal like conversational volume.
Mhm.
Occasionally, you do hear one or two raised like either swears or kind of just sounds of frustration, as they seem to be having trouble figuring something out.
Okay.
And they seem to be not full on fighting with one another, but sort of arguing about the method in which they're going about doing whatever it is they're doing.
Okay.
Is anybody able to maybe try to use magic in some way to try to see if there's anything alive below us, or any sort of creature or presence to detect anything?
I don't have magical abilities in that respect, but I could try and get closer, and my abilities to hear and see are much superior to Slink's. I just thought Slink would be able to be stealthier.
Well,
But
historically,
if you get caught, you might get hit too.
It's true.
historically, we know that this cult has had at least one subterranean base. So maybe that's what it is.
Maybe we just watch to see how they open it before we.
They don't seem to know how to open it. I feel that.
Yeah,
It
they were
seems-
holding gears and stuff. Were you able to see what the pieces that they were kind of showing each other, and maybe figure out what they were trying to do?
Yeah, if I can see anything that they are holding from it, can I figure out like the nature of what they would be using? Would do?
Make an intelligence check, add your proficiency bonus.
Okay. Whoops. What is proficiency right now? Okay. 15.
15. You, from this vantage point, you can only kind of get a good look at it. The kind of like cogs and wheels that they seem to be holding up, you recognize at least as like gear parts. They seem to be mechanical pieces that some of them have like several. They all seem to be, the box that the Tabaxi is holding seems to be just full of these gears of varying sizes and kind of shapes. And they're keep like taking them out, looking at them, fitting them together, and then they like frustrate a little bit, like put them back in the box. You see that the hunched over man has like a piece of paper that he's like reading over and over again, and they keep trying to like yes, you read that part before, and they take more pieces out and try to fit them together, and they get frustrated again before he's like, I'll read it again, and you can't really. And they point to the ground a lot, but you can't see what they're doing other than fitting them together.
It's a lot of gears.
Well, look, we try the subtle approach.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Stay here, okay?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
I'm gonna run
are you
out.
gonna say what?
Hi!
All four of them kind of like turn over.
I will immediately pull out my
it's okay.
bow and try and hide.
I will have a
Everyone but Nik-Nak, give me a stealth check.
have my Eldritch
Which
foot
die?
aimed at him.
Eldritch spell.
That's bad.
30-20.
Please. Oh, so
I'll just be like pulling my lyre around.
At 21.
21.
12.
12.
I used one of the charges of my shadow thread that I weaved into my cloak to add a d4 onto mine. It's a 15.
15.
24.
24. You kind of like look around. You get like a faint like whiff of like sulfur a little bit, and you look around. You just see like a cloud of smoke kind of vanishing into the trees, heading towards them, but sort of off to this side.
If I feel like I wasn't spotted, I will start to move around in a circle, following the same route Slint did, as stealthily and as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Can I try and
I know, I kind of want to move down.
tell if, as I ran out,
I'm
everyone
as well.
kind of like
Yeah.
started getting into like a position, or?
No, you have no idea.
Yeah, because I'm just focusing on that. All right,
Yeah.
sure.
I think we know what
You're like,
Is
I have
it-
a plane! And
Is
you're
it
like,
at
wait.
least fair to say that part of our hiding, when Nik-Nak kind of runs out from the direction we're just standing,
can
is we all
scatter a
just
little
and
bit?
we
Yes,
spread
we
to
can-
each
okay,
side.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Scatter!
You can
I
move
don't
to
know.
at least
Yeah.
double your walking distance
Pull me
from that
next to
spot.
you.
Yeah,
Oh, that
Okay.
much?
Tem with the shadow thread
That's
is
a long
kind
way
of
for me.
mistiness kind of
That's 80 feet.
up against, because this is
If you-
raised,
if
right?
you-
I'll take-
yes,
I'll
it
take
is
sled.
raised. If you get
Okay.
more than halfway, it'll require a second stealth check. I'll say.
Okay, no, I'll just get to about here.
Yeah, Tem's gonna get to about there and like up against the wall.
I'm
said
kind of
double?
like perched
There we go.
under the lip, just ready to like jump over. Actually, I'm gonna put a hand in my pocket, in my like bag of sand, and it's gonna kind of start to travel up him as I cast sand armor.
Yourself, Zakkai.
Just. I didn't know you knew about that.
Sorry.
There's no sand in the bag, it's just a hole in the
Yeah, what? So I'll cast sand armor just as a
Yeah.
preparation.
Nik-Nak,
No, you're
what's the
fine.
plan?
Hi. Seems like you guys are having a little bit of trouble there. That stuff.
You see that Ted Baxter kind of like steps forward a little bit. Who are you?
I am somebody who can help you with that.
Did she send you here?
Yeah.
Make a deception check. With advantage. Because they
Is that
desperately need help.
very convincing.
Yes, and the yeah was.
They want it to be true.
Yeah.
They kind of want it to be true.
That is true.
Okay. I believe that is a 16.
Well, all right, then hurry up.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what you've got there, and I'll sort of start. I'll approach them. Put it down. Let me see.
She kind of sets down the box.
Just like start looking at the cogs.
And it's over here, and she kind of like walks over, and you see one of the like slabs of stone in the ground has been like lifted and pulled away, and there's a small like almost underground insert like area where there are several cogs and gears set, and there are a few pegs missing cogs that should line up and fit into the like cog work there. That's what they seem to be unable to do, is match and fit certain things where it need to go.
Okay. Without actually placing any of the cogs in, just try and do like the mental gymnastics of how it is that this machine works. Like pick out a cog, go okay, see if I can figure out how to operate whatever this is.
Make another intelligence check and add your proficiency bonus.
While I'm hiding on the side over there, can I just like quietly just like pluck a string and immediately muffle it and give inspiration to Nik-Nak?
Sweet. I'll probably save that because I did roll pretty well. So that's a 23.
23.
I think it's like 10 minutes or something. So.
You definitely kind of like, I mean, piece together like, oh, these need to be like set in here. You figure that like, given like a few moments or whatever, you could probably figure it out. There are definitely like, obviously with anything like this, your mind is like, this would be easier with instructions, and you see the man that's kind of hunched over with that piece of paper kind of rolls it up and takes a step back and holds it to himself.
He's got like a piece of paper.
Mm.
Okay. What's that?
Nothing.
Insight check. 15.
15. It's something.
Is it something that could help?
It's my cheat sheet. But it wasn't working.
Let me see it. You don't have to hand it over, just show it to me.
Alright. You can like starts to like walk over to you. 1 second. Well, as he like starts like walking over to you, he stops and kind of, and you immediately also catch a whiff of a kind of burning sulfurous smell as Mork rolls a natural 1
Oh no.
on his stealth check.
No.
And you see as like he's walking up towards you, he kind of like steps and you hear a loud like kind of like from the brush right underneath his foot as he kind of steps on Mork's tail and he kind of like jumps back a little bit. Yeah, you know what? Mork immediately bursts into like that cloud of smoke, immediately occupying a good like 20-foot radius in this area before exploding out into that cloud of smoke. The tobacco woman immediately goes, "It's a trap! Get him!" Out here.
Mark! God damn it.
Sorry,
Damn it, Mork.
Mork rolled his natural.
Oh, count it.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Top of the round, Basil, you are first to act with Mork on deck.
A scarf blowing in the wind, knowing Nik-Nak is in danger, and knowing when a jig is up and one of our schemes is up, I'm going to activate my scarf with a Fleetwood, granting me double movement speed, and I will just zip lightning cross in Disguise's face and I'm just screaming at him.
Get him off your
back! Sneak attack!
Amazing. Please roll to hit.
For a 19 to hit.
Poor creepy guy.
Oh, it's the goopster.
That's the good guy. Right there. That hits.
Great. I'm just gonna bingo a giant cleave right in the goop and re-roll that 2
Hit him right in the goop.
for a 14 total slashing.
Nice. You like slash through him, and weirdly there's like your blade goes faster than you expect it to, as there's very little resistance as you kind of like slash through him, and it does deal damage. And you like slash through him, and his arm just comes clean off. And he looks down at it, and he's like, picks it up.
I'm sorry. I just continue just swinging away.
Anything else? Baby?
Nope, that's everything for me.
It is Mork's turn. He's going to stay in smoke form, but move here as the kind of cloud drifts over here.
Is it like darkness for all intents and purposes?
It is
We've
considered.
seen it before, so I
It's considered heavily obscured.
okay.
So, if you're in the smoke, there's advantage against you, and you also have disadvantage on your attacks.
And attacking from outside in is normal? Or we have disadvantage
Actually, that's
Oh yeah.
in there? Or maybe heavily obscure
Is it just
adds to
normal?
their AC or something.
Oh yeah, that too.
Heavily obscured areas only affect creatures within that area. So,
Okay.
if you attack into that area, it's treated as if you were attacking a blind individual. So you would have advantage.
Sweet.
Nice.
Great.
That is
Alright.
all Mork can do in his smoke form is just movement. So, Anara, you are up. And Nik-Nak.
You just more clearly see the
Did you want to
silhouettes.
go first?
Happy to. Or you have a particular thought plan? I mean, other than just wandering up and chatting.
Yeah, sure. I'll go first.
Get him, Nik-Nak! Shoot him!
Okay. All right.
Use the boomstick!
He's gonna look at his boomstick. The crate of cogs are right in front of me. Get him, Hops! And grab the crate of stuff. And I won't go too far from Hops, but I am gonna take it 10, 15, 20 feet away.
Wait, what?
Hops goes running in, and Nick goes like, "Thanks, Hops."
And then I will call over to Sledge, and I will have him dash up to. I'm gonna leave you completely alone.
Yeah.
Up to, because he has 40 feet, so he'll be 80 feet, so he'll get right up next to Hops and sit there.
It wasn't actually too far, yeah.
No. I think I counted. It was like one away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a dash.
Okay, let's go,
the-
Sledge. Turtle defense!
As you run away, this Vaxxon is going to take a opportunity attack, but she's going to do a disadvantage as she is in the obscured area. I don't believe that hits. It's a 14 hit you.
Miss.
Alright. Anything else you were
This
doing on
is
your
the
turn?
Tabaxi woman.
Yes.
That's the
Like
sludge
sludge
guy.
boy.
Yeah, Sledgy
Glock.
guy.
It's Goop guy.
Sludge and sludge. Double goop.
Did I...
Guy here is the new person that you've seen with the bioluminescent stripes, and this is
She's having a great
You
time
know when you
over there.
entertain yourself, you're never
He's
bored.
got the porcupine spines and the armadillos.
Carapace.
Yeah, he's got like sort of
Goodness.
hunch on his back.
Yeah, actually, with my bonus action, I will take the muzzle of my blunderbuss, turn it a little bit, and it'll start electrifying, and I'll cast jolting boost on it.
And then just as a quick slicing, cleaving of question of mine, did I happen to get his arm that was holding the instructions? Is that now like on the floor, or is he still like holding on to it himself? Or like where is that? I guess that's what I'm asking.
It's on the floor.
Cool, great,
When he picked his arm back up, he left.
great. You like lost the rip of it and just stayed there.
Anara, you're up.
So I will shout to Slink to join me because he can't move far enough to
Become one with me.
pick him up and get him on the target. So 6, 7. So I'll move to up on the Tabaxi woman, and I will make a longsword attack.
Roll the hit.
And she's in darkness, but I can attack into the darkness.
You can. You can make it the attack with advantage.
Yes. That is a 24 to hit.
Hits.
Okay.
100% hits.
$12 points of slashing damage.
Yeesh.
And then one of the tattoo hexagons will flash, go dim, and predictably, flurry of blows.
Excellent.
Nice. That's a 25 to hit.
Hits.
No, 24 again, I think.
24, does it? No, it says.
And that is 9 points of bludgeoning damage. And then the second one will strike 24.
Hits. Can you roll anything else but 24s?
Yeah.
I think you can't roll under
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, my goodness.
Suspicious.
9 more points of bludgeoning damage. And in fact, I'm actually not sure when does Slink take a separate turn as a familiar. Maybe I should have really.
No, they'll act on your turn, but
On my
go
turn.
immediately after you.
Okay, so we'll take the dash action. Approach,
Sludge their way across the ground. Anything else for you?
movement
Alright.
action and bonus action separately. Thank you.
Alright. It is the armadillo carapace fellow's turn. He is going to do charge and just run head first in the direction he saw someone. So he's going to run right into Sledge. Sledge has to make a strength saving throw.
19.
He does save, but he will still get the attack. He just will not have advantage on it. Natural 1.
Nice.
He's running through the smoke, and then rather than attacking what he thought, he immediately just trips over the half-size, the hedgehog creature, and just kind of tumbled over a little bit.
Sledge laughs. Yeah, it's kind of like a metal creaking.
Perfect, amazing. Nope, he uses this other thing to charge. That's it for him. Harmony, you are up with Kiln on deck.
Alright, so I'm gonna, as I'm kind of running out here, I pull my lyre around to the side and I start playing kind of like a scale, and it just has a lot of sharp notes or whatever, kind of very mutant.
Jazz?
I'm not gonna try to. No. I'm gonna stop trying to explain music stuff because I just don't.
It's okay. Jazz is simple.
A lot
Wrong
of-
notes are-
A lot of sharps and flats.
Highs,
And
lots of lows.
yeah. I do
Makes
like
sense.
I know that I like minor key stuff. Because that's the moody style sounding stuff. So it's that. And as she's going, this kind of red energy is starting to form around her hand, and then she gets up there, and is this guy still in the darkness?
Yes.
All right. Sledge, duck, and then fling it at that guy and cast chromatic orb at him, and I will choose. It'll be fire damage. 18.
18 hits.
3d8.
Took back to was just slashed and kicked a couple of times. Takes a step back just to turn around and instantly shit like a blast of fire in her face.
It's 8 fire damage.
That's a fire damage. Really? Get them! Get them! We can't let them inside! Anything else, Harmony?
Everyone on my team looks okay. That's all the. And then just since you're on the front lines, Basil, and I'll just pull one of the little bells out, ding 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 ding, and give him inspiration.
And start now tapping to a beat as I got a little electromagnetic beat kind of loud, pulsing with my ears now.
Yeah.
Anything else for you, Harmony?
That is it.
Excellent. Kiln's turn. He is going to. He draws both scimitars, both of them ignite with flame as he actually.
Caliente.
Small means.
He doesn't care about you guys that much. He's gonna jump out of the rocks here and kind of line it up as best he can. Takes the scimitars, kind of peeks into the smoke, scoff a little bit to himself, stick one of the swords into the ground, and flicks it up, and the fire kind of starts traveling along the ground as he casts a wall of fire.
Oh.
To kind of cut.
Okay, heads up, Anara.
Yeah, right. It's like,
Oh,
What a dick.
Mercenaries, what are you gonna do?
Both of them failed,
Nice.
so they will take 5d8 fire damage.
Oh,
Damn.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Glad he's on our side.
Is he though?
22 fire damage.
At least Mark is.
Are we working on more?
22?
22 fire damage. The Tabaxi woman falls.
Oh.
She lost even more fur.
Kind of
Stinks cat.
not really caring who hears him or not, Killen just kind of casually shouts to his allies, like, keep your distance, hot plate. That's gonna hit for him. Next up is the Goliath woman covered in the bioluminescent stripes. She, yes, this way right here. He's gonna back up, leave, sees Kill, and she's going to use a psychic bolt ability. She kind of sees Kill in there, all the bioluminescent like stripes on her glow and pulse for a moment before they all kind of dim, and she launches that energy towards him. For a 12, which does not hit. She can make a second attack. She will. Worse than before. Killen gets away
I give her
scot-free.
inspiration.
Tabaxi woman is dead. Goopy guy. We got good old
I
Goopy.
can't believe he outlived the goopy guy, outlived the tabaxi.
Yeah.
Sludge.
He's also gonna
Sludge
try to
and sludge.
step outside and immediately sees Basil there.
Ha
Kind of like still trying to reattach his arm. Before he's gonna try a slime bola and kind of like whip this like he's just like moves his arm like this, and just part of his arm comes off and that comes off towards you. It's a range attack, but you're within 5 feet, so it's gonna be disadvantage. Natural 20 and a 10 for a 15 to hit.
That hits. That is my DC.
Right.
Silvery barbs.
Ooh.
Nice.
Basil, duck!
The slime goes right over you.
It's like a twitch reflex from the electricity, and it like makes me like twitch to react to duck.
The slime guy kind of slumps over a little bit.
I just
Can't
wanna
do
run and chop
anything,
people up.
right?
Oh no!
It just gets all the
bad.
sledgehog and just like
Trying
oh.
his best.
And then I'll just, oh, Zakkai, do the thing for him, and I'll give you the advantage from the silvery barbs.
Do
Just
the thing.
Just do it. We
Thanks.
discuss it.
The mercy.
Just
Zakkai, you're up.
Great.
With Tem on deck.
I love it. Oh, but you completely come across to our way of thinking.
it's a must. I get it. I'm getting it. They're trying to kill us.
I'm gonna like dive over these little rocks under this whatever this is this a I get over this.
Sick. Dude, it looked epic.
Sprint my way. I do like a dive roll, and then when I come out of the roll, I want to cast oh god, what's it called? I should know this.
Imagine you dive roll into the earth and like come out like a mole.
That would be pretty cool. I don't have any tongue.
Oh.
But I should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. We're
Earth
there.
ripple. And I do the spike. So can you roll a dex save?
Who? Goopy guy?
On a goopy guy. Yeah, I'm gonna
Goober.
roll my way, and then
Goopy Gus.
I'm gonna
Gus.
come out of the roll, and then like kind of like point my hands so
Dex
that I.
save?
Yeah.
What's his dex?
11.
He fails. He is taking 3d8 piercing.
Pierce the goop.
Can I borrow a d4 or a d8? Thank you. Okay, 13.
13 damage.
Yeah.
The sand spikes kind of come out of the ground and stick into him. He's sort of just slowly sliding down them a little bit and just. He's looking a little rough though.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to kill you.
Oh god.
That's okay.
Are we the baddies?
We're always the bad. I think that's all I can really do, but I'm just checking my bonuses. Oh. Can I add my +2 for my turnly damage? And that didn't kill him.
It does not.
Okay. Boy can dream. No, I'm good. That's my turn.
Alright. Tem, you're up.
Okay. Is this do I have to scramble up this to get up the hill, or is it a slope?
Yeah,
Or,
I'll
okay. Alright. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll stay right here. Is this here is it a pillar, or is it just kind of like rocks?
Think of it as it's a long slab of rock that's slightly raised, but only by 5 feet on one end and 10 feet on the other. So
Okay.
it's kind of slanted.
Seeing all the chaos that has just erupted in front of him, and the pain that Zakkai has just put Globby through, Globby Gus, Tem is going to he will tamp his staff down, and 2 little bells light up on it, but he will, as he runs up, lean into it and blow a big puff of air out of his trunk as he's gonna cast Gale Bolt on this guy.
Alright, roll the hit.
That's gonna be 23 to hit.
Hit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then
Nice
it's
rolls.
just a D8. Make sure, yeah, just a D8. 7 thunder damage. And yeah, so it's literally a giant puff of air just ripples through, and blows some of his goop away. More goop
He's
away.
sort of like a jello mold in a windstorm. A little bit, trying to hold together. This was supposed to be a retreat.
Oh, no. Work retreat. Is he
Don't let him
medium
keep
size
talking.
or larger?
Medium.
Okay.
It'll just make it feel worse.
He also needs to make a strength saving throw. Then too.
How do you push him back? Push him back into the zone.
18.
Oh, he saves, so he doesn't move. But
He starts to get pulled back, but his feet are too goopy and actually for the
Stick,
first time
they
actually
stick.
In the
works in
wind.
his favor.
Yeah.
He's tethered.
He's just kind of he's the guy
Wacky
outside
waving.
of the wacky.
He's
That's
the
the
car
waving
salesman.
little arm
Inflatable
guy or
arm-
whatever.
Waving arm.
That's it.
Man. Or...
Yeah, actually, I had one square movement. Yes, so I'm just
Yeah.
Top of the round, Basil, you are up.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna as I'm getting pushed by this wind in front of me, just have a gust of breeze. Just thinking of this goopy dude. That is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
I'm gonna smite this guy and just put him at his
Finish.
just. I'm sorry. Let's see, 15, 18,
Yeah.
22 damage.
Basil, show us how it's done.
Yeah.
I like to think that I got
Finish him.
pushed forward by the gust of air, and then I just I tried to resist it a little bit, and then it's okay, and then just let it go, and just kind of go forward and just cleave him right in half. And as it goes through, all the electricity will travel all through all the sparks, and then they'll just
As if someone put porridge in a microwave. All the electricity goes to different parts of his body before it kind of looks down, going, "Ah, nuts."
Oh.
bursts into
More
a
goopy
long of goop
guts.
that kind of splatters against the wall, softly hissing on the rocks as it kind of sizzles. Anything else?
R.I.P. sludge.
Nope, that's it for me.
Right.
He's better off.
Justice for Goose.
Justice for Boo.
Mork
He was still a
is-
cultist.
Yeah, I mean, should have done his research.
Just thought he was on a retreat.
Mork
Just
drops.
wasn't in the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
presentation.
Victim of the pyramid scheme.
to the time chair.
The cloud suddenly condenses back down to small
Mork!
lizard form, and he's going to.
Slink sees more form like 15 feet away.
Thanks, now's not the time. We can't be infighting.
He's gonna sling soot at this one back here, the bioluminescent one. Ooh, that's a dirty 20 to hit. That hits.
Mork.
Does the wall of fire, is that still there?
Yes, it's still there.
Oh.
Yeah, and
What's
where
the-
is the
yeah, can you
direction?
say what
Sorry,
the
yes.
Yeah.
extent of it is? Like, how far does it stretch
like
from
60
where
feet
to
long.
where?
He can make it
Oh,
up
is
to
it?
60
Oh.
feet.
Oh.
If you want, you can use these two to sort of mark where it is.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Yes,
beginning
yes,
and
yes.
end. Great. Just-
I want
He
Basil
casted-
to flourish into the wall of fire.
which you did technically,
Oh.
but it
Okay,
only
that's-
is
So
when
he's
you.
like
and
blocking
it's
it.
pointing
it's
that way,
when you
right?
start.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
One
10
moment.
feet.
Let me see if it's.
You're along.
I think you just went in through the wall of fire.
It looked cool.
That would look really cool.
That would. Especially as
You
you're
coming out on the other end?
Yeah.
Harmony fucking rocks the guitar
Yeah,
solo
yeah.
out.
I'm playing through the fire and flames on the fire.
Yeah.
I'll say that it's when you end your turn within 10 feet of that side of the wall. So I'll let you, since it was your turn, you still have movement.
Oh, I can. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will dash through the entire fire and just like power slide through as the fire and flames is then
Yes.
being played for me. But like electro tune through my like inspiration thing.
So you can pass through it as long as you end within.
Yes, evidently. Just make sure so everybody is aware. When the wall appears, each creature within the area must make a dex saving throw. One side of the wall selected by the caster deals 5d8 damage when a creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of that side or within the wall. The creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time or ends its turn within the wall.
Let's say.
Oh, so
then
it
do you
would
guys
Enter the
technically?
wall, then you.
Yeah, so it would get him when he jumps through.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
so it would.
And then would you guys also be getting hit if you're 10 feet?
Not on
That
this
way.
side.
Oh,
It's 10
okay,
feet
okay.
on that side.
Yeah, you choose which side of the wall. So it's the fire's almost coming in.
Gotcha.
Slant
Yeah.
into it.
Gotcha.
You like punched through onto
Yeah.
the side that was hard, and I'm like on the side.
What is it?
It was a dex save.
Yeah, Dex.
A creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn. No, you don't do a dex save. You just take the damage.
Well, of course they took the damage of the one anyway.
Is it the same damage as you initially rolled, or is it just the roll?
I'm rolling a new one.
Yeah.
12 points of fire damage.
Sheesh. Ooh.
Basil, are you okay?
Now there's just like a fire like got sparked from the electricity, and now it's just like a Bunsen burner like from the top of my. I'm fine.
Oh, maybe we got a little too carried away with
I was about to
the
break through
theme.
there. I don't think I will
We took the
now.
theme too hard.
Mork did 8 damage, fire damage to this fellow over here. That is going to be the end of Mork. Actually, no, Mork is going to scamper and stand in the firewall. Mork is immune to fire damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anara, it is your turn with
On
Nick,
this-
or Nik-Nak.
Do you want to go
Who
first,
goes
or
first?
do you have a plan?
Oh, you go.
Okay. So I will head around, seeing what happened to Basil going through the firewall. I'm like, probably shouldn't do that. I'll scoop, slink up back onto my shoulders,
Sling.
and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Close down on this one, and I will make a longsword attack.
Roll the hit.
And that is a natural 20.
Atlanta.
Yes.
Kill him.
I'm terrified.
Through it.
Yeah.
A clean hole.
Yeah, yeah. It's 10. I'm gonna reroll the 3. 16 plus 6 is 22 points of slashing damage.
Nice. Nice.
They're not dead, but they wish they were. With the amount of damage that you do with one sweep of that sword against them, just carves up in front of their across their body, and she kind of stumbles back a little bit. Just
have you had enough yet? Oh, I guess not. Flurry of blows.
Time to respond. Roll hit.
That might not hit. That's 13.
13 does not hit.
And 17.
Hits.
Must be seeing things. I never missed.
7 points. Sorry, 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Now have you had enough?
She kind of backs away a little bit, and those stripes on her pulse up again. As her reaction, she's going to use Mind Scream, and her mouth drops open as if to scream, but no one hears anything. Anara, you do hear. It's if they could, a million glasses would shatter at the piercing sound that rips your mind. Make an intelligence saving throw for me, please.
Well, natural 20.
You only take half damage and are not frightened.
What are you feeding those things?
7 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
That's all she can do for her reaction. Anara, anything else on your turn?
That's everything. Movement, action,
Amazing. Nik-Nak, you're up.
Okay. Let's see. I will run up just a couple. 10 feet. Aim my blunderbuss at this person standing here, and take a shot as the barrel that's sparking suddenly resets to where it is, and the electric bullet just flies throughout at him. 15 points of piercing and 1 point of lightning, and he has to make a strength save, and so do I.
Knock him into the fire.
19
19.
you save. Dirty 20 for him.
Okay, so neither of us get pushed around. I'll be very surprised by that.
Oh! You're still here.
All right, well, Sledge! Sledge is gonna take a hit on him. So
Just push him.
14 hit.
Does not hit.
All right, cool.
Sledge swings and it hits that kind of armadillo kind of hide there.
They
Reads
look
down.
very similar, the two.
Yeah, they really have.
Yeah.
Head Sledgehog sees a faint bit of recognition there. Oh, same.
Game recognizes game.
A kinship.
With my bonus action, I will end the jolting boost, which will give me an extra 30 feet of movement. So I will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and I'll just get right up next to Basil. Are you doing? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'll start.
Little snuggy though.
Patting the fire out.
Yeah. It's just
Anything else, Nik-Nak?
That's it.
Next is Armadillo guy. He's gonna do a gore attack on Sledge. He's gonna swing his arms and those porcupine spines kind of flare out a little bit. That is a natural 20 for him.
No! Oh!
I only have one use of silver.
He's a beefy boy. He's
It's not a
beefy
spell
boy.
slot thing, it's just a one use.
Actually,
Yeah.
that's gonna be good for Sledgehog. It's 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Is Sledgehog resistant or immune to poison?
He's immune.
Then he does not take the poison damage.
Hey.
It's a construct.
Yeah, he's immune.
Nice.
Nice.
He's gonna use a
Bright
second
side.
Nice.
attack to do another
Shit.
gore on A 12.
It's a miss. So I'm just gonna laugh again.
Alright. Harmony, you're up.
Okay. I'm running this way. There we go, right around the edge of the fire. And as I'm running, I'm putting the lyre, kind of like throwing it back, spinning it back around behind me and running, and that's not nice! And I'll take out one of the bells from my band and just kind of like, almost go like that, and you don't even hear anything, and just like this kind of like ball of just like pinkish sort of like magic flings at that cultist, and I'll cast Orb of Delirium, second level, and I'll and I'll make it strength save 14.
4 for a 6.
Okay. And it just hits them right in the face.
Like I'm like over my shoulder.
Yeah. Like right in their open mouth. I'm like, leave her brain alone. It's one of the most important things we have. Intelligence is very important.
Believe it.
What the fuck is it? It's 2d6. 40.
Clarity.
Ooh.
Because it's fucking level.
Oh yeah.
Those are all ones.
Finish that. So it's 8 psychic.
Ooh, Harmony, show us how it's done.
Yeah! She flings it, she's like, I thought it'd be a little bit bigger. But then it still hits them right in the...
Have you had enough? Oh, no, I guess you haven't.
Are you okay, Anara?
She screamed in my head. That was terrifying. Thank you.
No problem. And then I'll kind of look, and how does Basil...
How are we doing? There's this big water fire. I can't see through it.
How does Basil look aside from just singed?
Little toasty. I'm okay. Maybe about a 23 out of a 35 for numerical reference, but I'm fine. I think that's what my gear on my leg says. I don't know what that means, though. I don't understand these numbers. Nik-Nak put them in.
What percentage is that? All right, well, that's still a passing grade, so... I think... All right, team, this looks pretty good. So, and I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, that's all I have.
Raising Kiln is going to... One left, mine. He's gonna run up into the fire. Actually,
He is cool.
He's just like immune to that shit.
He's probably...
I know, he's probably just gonna take the damage and be fucking cool.
Oh, all right. Just
He's probably...
He was, but he's gonna do something.
Did I do something cool? Did I do something cool?
He kind of
Hot and
sheathes
cold.
one of the scimitars and pulls out that same sickle that you saw before with the long chain on it. Kind of like lengths it out, holds the end of the chain in one hand, and flings the sickle with the other. Try and hit that guy.
We'll get it back. We'll get it back someday.
Yes, a 17, which is his armor class. So it does hit. It will only do 3 points piercing damage. But as his bonus action, Kiln will use the weapons feature to pull
into the fire.
Through the fire and the flames.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So like takes
So
this like
cool.
smoldering sickle, flings it, and it catches the armadillo right in his carapace, and he kind of yanks him back and tumbles backward into the fire, entering it for the first time. He'll take 5d8 fire damage. 27 points of fire damage.
Hey.
And that guy is not happy about that.
Nick, show us how it's done.
I really wanted to. Kill really wanted to. But
Aww.
but it's cool.
Save that.
That was
very
a good
cool.
move. I like that move.
And you kind of like, Killen will just kind of like yank the sickle back at him and kind of yell to the rest of you. It's like, all right, soup's on, extra well done. Get him. That brings us to, Poopy Guy is dead. Who is it? We're all dead. Zakkai, you're up.
Hey.
Okay.
All the other cultists are dead.
Show how it's really done.
Yeah. I'm gonna. No, I shouldn't. It's a bad idea. I'm gonna run up as he's being pulled. I want to kind of come up from behind it and do like a running and jumping spin double kick as I do 2 sandclaw attacks. I'm gonna roll for those. Nat 20.
Yes.
And it said melee attack, so that does stuff.
What was the second one? That 20.
So you are.
That's a nat 1.
Wow.
Highs and
Wow.
lows.
Some chaos there.
First law, second law.
Nat 20 is great. What's our rule again?
Double that dice?
Double the damage, and you can re-roll
Reroll
any of the
any
dice
dice you want.
once.
Okay, great.
As many of the dice as you like.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna re-roll this one. All right, cool. I went from a 1 to a 2.
Nice.
But that is a total of 10, 14 plus the 2 more, 16.
16. Zakkai, show us that stuff.
Yeah.
As I run up, I see the sickle come through the fire, and I'm like, "No, you don't!" As I do my running, leap, twist, kick, and then the sand passes through the flames, and after he gets scorched, it just gets him
Nice.
as he just collapses to the ground.
You kind of do that and he falls back to the ground. The sand that kind of went through the fire, you look at your arm and the ends of your fingers are like glass kind of claws.
Ooh.
As the fire has kind of turned the sand
That's
to glass.
so sick. Yes. That's so sick. Okay, cool.
And even Killen kind of nods that's really sick.
Got him.
And Killen kind of checks around before sheathing the scimitar, and as soon as the scimitar enters, the fire kind of goes out.
We'll look back over to see if Sledge is okay.
I look up at Harmony.
alright.
Thank you. That was not anything I've ever in my head. Thank you.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah. Everyone
Yeah.
doing good?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Control light Bunsen burner to go back just to electricity.
This will probably clear off.
Yeah.
I'll admit, you
You
guys
feeling all right?
handle yourselves a bit better than I thought you would.
Wow, that's is that a compliment?
No,
It's close to one.
close to one.
Good job, Mark.
That fire thing was cool.
It's my specialty. Fire. I got a theme.
You do it well.
Yeah, Tem's gonna go up to Mork. Is the bonnet singed to shit and completely?
It started off pink.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely closer to black now, but you see that Mork is
Yeah,
trying his
Tem's
best.
gonna come up and just rearrange and be like, it's okay, it looks fine, it's okay.
I'm gonna go up to the guy and try and find the piece of paper in his hand if it didn't burn up.
Yeah,
That's a
I'll
great
try to-
question.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Try to
find out
help
if it
him.
did. Edges are singed, but it's still intact.
Okay, I'll check it out and see what it looks
Let's-
They said on the right side.
Let's see if they were clearly trying to open something or do something here. Let's make sure none of them have any pieces or anything else that we might need
Oh, good.
on them.
Good idea.
Check their pockets.
And
Yeah.
let's all just
Oh,
Yeah, we'll
shit.
rifle
Search
through
this.
there.
loot all the bodies.
We're the good guys.
Make whoever's rifling, looting, make an investigation check.
Is this a one person or an every person
Can
who
I
wants to?
just
thing?
help Zakkai do it?
Yeah, you can give Zakkai advantage, and yeah, whoever wants to can roll for it.
I'm just
Mending
mending the
Yeah.
bonnet.
19 investigation.
I got
I have a +7 investigation.
This makes sense
Oh
for
my
us being
God.
dum-dums.
Oh, let's give it a front. Harmony,
Here,
let me
drag
help you.
drag them all into a pile. I'll look through all of their pockets.
What?
I know
Great.
what to look for in
Great.
these types of scenarios.
I got a 17.
Come on, Basil.
Okay.
Okay, here you go.
Wait.
How many?
All right.
Check these ones.
I'm gonna just
we'll-
shovel the goop.
Oh.
This
Yeah,
is-
yeah, our hands are
Oh,
like.
this one.
I don't think this one's searchable. It's just.
I take a stick and kind of list that one, and then the rest of them I'll look through the.
I'll be looking.
is that?
I'll be looking at the piece of paper and shaking my craftsman's bag and shout to everyone, "If you find anything good, you know the drill."
Yep.
No metal.
You're looking at the piece of paper, and then you see a box of like those cogwheels and stuff, and then the little indentation of the ground where there's different like missing cogs and pieces, and you're hoping that like there's a diagram, something, and it's instructions written in like the most backward, like nonsensical kind of like sentences. It's just sort of run-ons and like just scratch notes. You'll be able to take a look at it for a bit longer. The rest of you are kind of like rifling through these corpses as you sort of like rifle through them. You do notice that there is something happening. The lighting around you sort of like shifts as you kind of look behind you. The trees kind of like rustle a little bit, not because there's something in them, but almost as if the trees were moving and then stopped, and they kind of as the forest has like reoriented itself around you, giving you an idea that this particular area is not affected by the moving forest
Like
around
the
you.
forest is shifting around us.
Interesting.
Sort of what you may have been experiencing before doesn't affect this place, same as it doesn't affect those little lampposts.
Did you find?
spots.
It's kind of like once Nik-Nak, right? Kind of
Yeah,
like how
it's-
things like move around.
Yeah, but this is like the den.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Wait, wands? What do you mean?
City.
The city of Wands?
Yeah, I have not heard
It's a city.
Oh.
Oh,
It's
like a.
moves like
It's where we
clockwork
came from.
city.
It's like moves around. It's very tricksy. It's almost worse than
But
here. But
this place is stable.
Seems
seems
like
like-
Yeah,
yeah.
it didn't look like we moved.
I wonder
And the lamppost locations too.
maybe there's particular areas that are attached by magic, some sort of anchoring.
Did you figure out what the gears do? There's a. You can see this. In
Yeah, it's sort of like
sunken.
beneath one of the flagstones that would make up the floor has been removed, and there's like maybe just a foot and a half
Mechanism.
recess into them, which there seems to be other like cogs and wheels, but some are missing.
I
Does
can't
it-
remember. Did I figure it out last time?
In a sense, where
Uh-huh.
you can kind of like, oh, okay, this probably goes here, this goes here, but you kind of stand over it and then throw that paper, and Nik-Nak, you're standing there kind of like, all right, ready to go. And you'll open it next time.
Oh.
nice.
Woo.
Nice job, you guys.
Whoa.
Time.
That was
Puzzle
cool.
next
I know.
time.
I love a puzzle.
Puzzle episode.
That's good.
That was sick.
A little better.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Fantastic, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. Join us next time on Tales of Terragia, where these guys will do something. Until then,
Busters.
until then, if you see any guys that are like sledging right along, just leave them alone. They've got it bad enough as it is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bye.
Bye.